You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from the Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on the rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or the Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
Well, there it is. The revolution will be live. Hey, if you are not watching the SWAC Basketball Tournament 2025, you are definitely missing out. Hey, good evening and happy Wednesday. This is Orange G from the Orange G SWAC Sports Network. And this time was had in Atlanta today. And as you can see, that it was all that and some. All I can say was, down goes Frazier. If you missed this game, the play to send the game into overtime was nuts to me. But hey, it's hard to beat a team once in a season. You beat them twice, you pretty much didn't peak. But to try to beat somebody 3 times in a row within, 3 months? That's pretty impressive. Graham Fam said, not today. That's all I could think about watching this game, man. I said, man, it reminded me of this. And that's what happened today. Down goes Frazier. But I do have, this was the play that sent this crazy game into overtime, man. Hey, when you posting highlights and stuff like that, you might want to not post them just that fast. Because this was the highlight they were posting. get this thing bigger. I'm gonna learn to work that thing. This the highlight this the play that sent Southern and Grambling into overtime. This point 3 or 4 seconds left. Grambling has the ball. They got to inbound the ball. But here we go. We'll watch it.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who?
Hold the ball from the jump.
Who? Yeah. OBL sound 2025.
Throw it up.
Who's calling that shit?
Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Keisha? Is it Abby?
And that was the play to send it into overtime. And then overtime, it just was not meant for Graham fam to be. I mean, Graham would say, not today. Not on my watch. Watch again. Inbound pass. The point guard got his cookies took. Damn, Grambling, what you thinking? No foul. They letting them play. Just throw the ball to somebody catch it. But after all that happened, this was the results. So the regular season men's SWAC champion, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of ATL. They go into overtime. You live by the 3, you die by the 3. This ain't what you want in tournament time. Southern actually dominated the entire season for the men's game. I say again, they dominated the entire season for the men's game. And if are you showing the J-State game at 7:30? Was it 7:10? Yeah, I can turn it on now. Yeah, no problem. That's what y'all want to watch. We can watch the Jackson State game at 7:30. Ain't no big deal. Yeah, I can do that. But how to get myself on here? Yeah, I can turn the game on there. But that was a pretty good game, man. And now another thing that I'm upset about the SWAC, man, they gotta update their stuff soon as stuff happen, man. I've been going from website. I know who's playing, who's winning, but I need to, folks need to look on the television and show it. And I'm not television. Look on the internet and find out who's won what. But yeah, I can definitely show this stuff. Jackson State, come on, you say 7:30 or 7:10? Yeah, we got about another 20 minutes. But damn, they took all my stuff out of there. Yeah, but okay, let's look at this one then. Now, this game that's coming on at 7:30, FAMU has beat Jackson State twice in a row. And FAMU is playing pretty good basketball. But you have the FAMU that beat Jackson State, then you have the FAMU that beat Alabama A&M. Now it's when to go home. So how are you going to sit there and, what's the name, handle this pressure? Now this the women results. We'll look at that. If you missed the games yesterday, Fairview went into overtime and beat Bethune-Cookman. Then Fairview got the brakes beat off them by Texas Southern. This the women. MAGA Valley, they ended their season with a 5-1 record, but they beat FAMU yesterday in overtime. So yesterday you had the two women games, both of them went in overtime yesterday. Now today, like I said, Texas Southern beat the brakes off Fairview 69-49, and Southern, they made light work of Valley. So Texas Southern and MAGA Valley, Texas Southern and Southern move on. 1 and 2 seeds move on. The 9 and 10 seed, MAGA Valley and Fairview is you ain't got to go home, but you got to get your ass out of ATL. And then tomorrow, Alcorn will play Alabama A&M at 11 a.m. Good googly moogly. I will be watching that game. I tell you what, that coach from Alabama A&M, I wonder what she gonna come out in. Who? But then the evening game, what they come on at 11 o'clock Eastern time. The evening game, Jackson State will take on Grambling. All right, Jackson State, you better show up or you're going to get shipped out. So, I'm trying to see what I got for the men. Okay. All right, this for the men. The men's game. All right, yesterday, Tuesday, Grambling 73, Alabama A&M 56. Did you pinch them? FAMU 75, PV 66. Southern Grambling, as we just talked about, that was the upset today. Number 8 beat number 1. Anybody can catch. What they say, these hands are rated E for everyone. And Grambling put them paws on Southern. So we just seen that. And then the game that y'all want to watch, coming up in 15 minutes, will be Jackson State versus FAMU. Number 2 versus number 7. Can we have another upset in seeding wise? Because FAMU actually should be favored to win this game. If you look at it, they beat Jackson State in Jackson and in Tallahassee. But it's tournament time. And Jackson State, somebody gonna have to check with me. I'm gonna have to check with somebody because I've never seen Jackson State lose 3 times to the same team in the same year. I don't think that's happened. So the odds should be in Jackson State's favor, but FAMU should have the momentum going into the game, if that makes sense. We beat you once, we beat you twice, we can beat you 3 times. It's nice. But then tomorrow at 2 p.m., Texas Southern will take on Alabama State, and then Alcorn and Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman is the sleeper to me in this tournament. They've been playing pretty good basketball. They went low key this year. They came in as the 3rd seed. Alcorn, it's planting season or something around there, so you might have to go get them out the fields, off that little cornfield reservation. You let them know they're playing basketball. So I think that's going to be a hell of a game. Now, I've said this before. I would never bet against Texas Southern and Johnny Jones. Never would bet against that man. Now, remember, this tournament used to be called the Johnny Jones Invitational. You come up in there, you want to. And you remember last year, Jackson State was a 3 seed. And Texas Southern was a 6 seed. They put some on Jackson State behind. Had everybody scratching their head. But Grambling found they rolled last year. Now, I don't think Grambling gonna win their next game. I can tell you that. I don't believe that. So it says win of game 7 versus win of game 3. So Grambling would take on win of game 5. Grambling would take on the winner between Texas Southern and Alabama State. Now, if Texas Southern beats Alabama State, Texas Southern going to beat the brakes off Grambling. See? Watch what I tell you now. And win of game 4, Jackson State and FAMU will play the winner of Bethune-Cookman and Alcorn. See, if Jackson State can get past FAMU, they nemesis, they can beat Bethune-Cookman and Alcorn. So then you set yourself up for that championship game. Maybe Jackson State versus Texas Southern. If I was a betting man, I would bet that would be the final game in the men. Women game, I have no idea. Besides, Southern looked real good against MAGA Valley, but it's MAGA Valley, You got to watch Alabama A&M, and you got to watch Texas Southern and Jackson State in that women's game. So we will definitely, but hey, Saturday, I will be broadcasting the men and women game. I'm not going to bingo this Saturday, so the men game come on at 8:30, and I think I live in Central Time, but it's 9:30 Eastern Time, so it's 8:30 Central Time, and that's for the men, and the women come on like 4 or 5 o'clock Central. So I ain't got nothing to do. I'll give me about 100 pounds of crawfish, bottle up some crawfish, and we will sit there and watch the men and women finals. The men. Yeah, the men come on ESPNU, and the women come on ESPN Plus. I got both of them, so I'm trying to see. So once it come on here, that's the Hulu screen. Once it come on, we'll definitely look. But ESPN Plus, if the game come on at 7:30, they won't start coverage until about 7:29. But it's nothing but college basketball. And then sometimes they don't even be showing the damn Jackson State folks. Jackson State playing Tulane in baseball right now. That's a hard. Oof. Jackson State better buckle up. And now I haven't seen too many other MEAC games, they probably over with. But we're gonna work it out. Trust me, it's gonna come on here. But it's damn 7:30. No, let's see. But anyway, how y'all let's get this thing off here. But anyway, how y'all week been going and all that other good stuff, man. I hope y'all had a Mardi Gras over with. I don't know how many of y'all go party for St. Patrick's Day, but that's the next holiday that folks will be down here drunk, puking and throwing up on themselves. It's a video. I ain't gonna show it on my thing, but it's a video of this woman, and no lie, in New Orleans. She was bent over, like literally bent over, had her pants pulled down, and she let them people on top of the balcony throw a cake on her ass. I said, man, these people do the damnedest shit. I said, well, now what's the purpose of that? And then after she threw it on there, a man ran behind her and rubbed it all on her. Man, something wrong with them people. Yeah, it's on ESPN Plus, man. What I'm saying is, this is ESPN Plus. Well, all the games that's coming on there. But I said they'll wait till so late, man. Like Jackson State, like they did with the women games and stuff. It comes on like about a minute or two before. See what I'm saying? Right here. See, they won't bring it just says upcoming. They won't bring it on there. They won't bring the game on or any of the stuff until like a minute or two. So you got about 10 more minutes to sit back and I guess it's I don't drink during the week, man. Dude, them days over with, man. I don't know how y'all can do it if folks can drink during the week and get up and function. It ain't happening, man. But in others, what we did, the men and women. All right, what's up, brother Bakar? Yeah, we're gonna. They say they want to watch the Jackson State FAMU game. So as you can see, as soon as it come on, we'll put that thing on there, man. It was something on HBCU game day that I seen today that it was football related. that I wanted to. Man, I forgot what it was. Yeah, one of the things was Michael Vick. He offered Donovan McNabb's son a scholarship, which, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Get them before anybody else get them. Everybody need to be offering these kids scholarships. So, oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. The Bethune-Cookman football schedule. My goodness. Hey, I know the folks in Florida, man. You know, Florida is Florida. But whoever made this schedule for Bethune-Cookman, let me show it to you. Man, but look, man, come on, Bethune. You gonna mess around. You gonna have one of them Valley records this year, man. And I ain't even trying to like chastise them for making that schedule, but bro, come on, man. This got to be you whacked out, man. They play FIU, Miami, South Carolina State. That'll be Edward Waters. Alabama A&M lost. Alabama State lost. Southern lost. Pine Bluff, they got a chance for homecoming. MAGA Valley, that's a 50-50 game. But then you go on a 3-game losing streak to end. You put the hardest 3 teams on your schedule at the end in the end to play them in a row. You play Grambling November 8th, Jackson State November 15th, and FAMU on the 22nd. I'm telling you, man, this, look, and y'all know that I'm no hater. I just call it like it is. Bruh, or you can look at the middle of their schedule. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, and Southern. Bruh, that's 3 losses there. Then at the end of the season, there's 3 losses there. If y'all think I'm crazy, tell me something different from the Bethune-Cookman that we've seen since they joined the SWAC. You're going to have 2 3-game losing streaks. Well, hell, probably 3. Because South Carolina State going to beat you. Miami going to beat you. Now, FIU, oh gosh, you're going to lose FIU, man. So, yeah, you're going to have a valley record. That's just my opinion, man. But it is what it is. And I don't think it's anything else, man, that caught my eye on HBCU game day. Oh, but the tournament in North Carolina, they was on the Breakfast Club. They did their interview, and I hope folks go support them. It says, who is it? Yeah, who is this? Howard is going to be a marching band for the Portland Trail Blazers. Okay, what they're supposed to do? Nothing. But hey, that's the weirdness, man. But this schedule here for Bethune, hey man, I feel for y'all, man. Some things that folks just shouldn't do. And if whoever made this schedule for you, they need their ass whooped. I ain't gonna lie. You are a struggling football team. Get the hell out of here. Cookies? I don't eat no cookies. I mean, and most of them, their first 3 games are on the road. They play 3 games in a row on the road. Their first game is not till September 20. I mean, Edward Waters, come on, man. Me and my 2 Huskies can beat them. But, you know, that's just how it rolls. But I just don't see, like I say, UAPB and Valley, I got that. And we know Bethune-Cookman does not travel. They are not coming to Jackson. I can tell you that. It might be a minivan full of them people. If that. The band may not come at all. And then the Florida Classic gonna be in Orlando, which I'm trying to get into that game, man. I'm trying to get into it, but it's all good though, man. I think FAMU didn't release their schedule. They champions on something. Y'all go be a cheerleader. That's all. I'm trying to see they football schedule. I don't know why they stingy with their football schedule. They got every sport on here except football, softball, baseball, track and field, women's track and field, men's golf, women's basketball, men's basketball. They ain't said nothing about no damn football. Let's see. This folks think, oh, okay. They go their football schedule. They back at the Florida Classic. Oh man, I'm sitting there thinking y'all see this damn thing. So they beat Florida Atlantic the last 2 times they played. Oh, damn. Learn something every day. But this is FAMU football schedule. They in Miami Gardens, they play the Orange Blossom Classic against the Bison. So which one is that? Hampton, Howard, Bison, hell, Howard, whatever the hell they are. They all just bougie as hell to me. FAU. Then they go back to D2. So like they got a good chance of going 3-0 or 2-1. But then showtime start. You playing Alabama State and Tallahassee. But Alabama State get the funk knuckles when they go down to Tallahassee. They play Alcorn and Jackson in Tallahassee. They come down to Baton Rouge on Plank Road. One time for Baton Rouge. But that's going to be something now. Alcorn, do y'all travel? Except to Jackson? In Atlanta? I don't think y'all travel too much. Now, y'all do go to Southern. Alcorn does go to Southern. But that's going to be the hardest 3 games there. October 18th, FAMU plays what's the name? Okay, this game should be on, man. All right, enough of that football stuff. Come on, man. We'll get back to that later. They just said that your event is starting now. So they be on that bullshit. But yeah, the FAMU, getting back to that schedule, October 18th in Tallahassee, they play Alcorn. They travel to Baton Rouge on the 25th, and then November 1st, they play Jackson State. Hey, if FAMU can beat Alcorn, Southern, and Jackson State 3 games in a row, FAMU can win the SWAC outright. Period, point blank. That's a hard 3-game schedule. They got to play Alcorn, Southern, and Jackson State. But 2 of those 3 games are at home. So they got to play the defending West champs on the road, and then they got to play the defending SWAC champs at home. So that's something to see, man. I don't know why this hey man, it's 7:30 on the dot. They should be showing. Yeah, but that's a pretty good schedule there. Then they finish up playing UAPB, Alabama A&M. That might be a trap game, Alabama A&M. Make sure if y'all up in here, man, y'all hit that like button for me. told you, man, these folks be tripping with the damn ESPN Plus, man. I would rather have SWAC Digital for the game. Oh, here it is. Damn. The damn game went on.
Starry SWAC Basketball Tournament presented by Buick.
All right, here we go.
We're on the men's side. Jackson State, the number 2 overall seed, taking on the number 7 overall seed, Florida A&M. Well, madness has already descended upon the Gateway Center Arena earlier today.
What's going on, Sheila?
Southern fell to Grambling State. The champ is still the champ until they're beat, and they're moving on to the semifinals. One of these teams is trying to make it to the semifinals themselves. Well, hello, family. I'm James Haddon. With me is Tim Scarborough. Simone Stanley is on our sidelines. And, Tim, this is the time of year that we love so much because anything can happen. We've already seen the number 1 overall seed go down in this tournament, and Florida A&M is on upset alert as well.
Well, welcome to SWAC Basketball, right? When you think about it, 2 years ago, the same thing happened. Johnny Jones and Texas Southern was the 8th seed. They ended up winning this whole thing. That's why the seeding goes out the window. This is a very competitive league from top to bottom. The top 10 teams made it this week, and any of those 10, except the ones that lost yesterday, obviously, have a chance. And I tell you what, FAMU played very well last night, particularly in the second half. Don't be surprised if this is a really close game down the stretch.
And Florida A&M is the only team to beat Jackson State twice in conference play this season, so they are not going to be afraid of the number 2 overall seed. Jackson State as a team, however, were super successful throughout the league. They were 1 game away from being the regular season champions at 14-4 in SWAC play, and a big reason why was their freshman of the year, and Simone Stanley has more on the Tiger.
Yes, I got to talk to Dorian McMillan before the game tonight about how it felt to get the SWAC Freshman of the Year honor, and he said it was a great feeling, and he wanted to credit the Jackson State University coaches for putting him in such a great position for him to excel. I asked him, what's the biggest difference between high school basketball and college basketball, and what was that transition like for you? And Dorian told me the biggest transition was getting used to a new routine and a new competition level. He said in high school, everybody is that guy on the basketball team, but in college, you have to find a fit on the roster and excel in that position.
Man, what y'all over there doing, man? The humpy dance?
Well, he's been that guy since he was a senior in high school, was the 6A MVP last year in the state of Mississippi. Now he's on the big stage in Georgia.
Shaggy.
Romel Manziel and J.D. Eatman are in the center circle. Our crew chief, Byron Evans, has the basketball. It's up, and Shannon Grant snags it for Jackson State. We're off and running in our second quarterfinal, and a semifinal berth is on the line here at the Gateway Center Arena.
It's important for Jackson State to come out and pick up where they left off Saturday. They put the ball in the paint several times to Mansell and Grant, and that's where their bread is butter. And
that's
already you see,
what I tell you,
Coach Mo Williams, who was a guard in the
NBA, down there in that box,
understands that this is still a big man's basketball game if you have the big men to do it, which he does.
Mansell and Shannon Grant combined for 45 points in the win over Mississippi Valley State. And Mansell at the line right now misses his first free throw.
Shannon Grant, of course, was one of those players that played for FAMU last year. He was an all-conference player. He ended up transferring to Jackson State when there was a coaching change. But I tell you what, that was a big pickup because they already had Mansell, number 13, now number 7, Grant. They are formidable at both ends in the paint.
Mansell misses both free throws. Milton Matthews, no good on his first attempt from distance.
Now, Shaggy, you missed the free throws. Don't shoot no 3 pointers.
Into this tournament. Their last loss was to Florida A&M back on February 15th.
Hottest team in the SWAC right now is in white. 6 games straight.
Ruffin kicks to the corner. Good look. His left shorts by Kavion Hunt.
Good rebound.
FAMU is going to have to rebound the basketball. Second chance opportunities. Jackson State will cash it in.
And Deshaun Ruffin.
Well, he starts warming up.
Triple of the day for Jackson State. Early lead for the Tigers.
Deshaun Ruffin, a McDonald's All-American transfer in from Ole Miss. A really big-time player in high school, obviously. But he's a terrific SWAC player as well. Here he is with the ball. Nice steal by Kavion Hunt.
And Romel Manziel parachutes down for the punch.
And how about the delivery from Ruffin? Beautiful pass.
Hey, Casey, Mr. Davis,
Early
I hope he keep
5-0
one.
lead for
I'm
Jackson
serious now.
State. Roderick Coffey, no good at the rim. Now the freshman of the year goes to the rim.
How was
Leaves
that
it
not a
short.
foul?
Here we go. This is what FAMU wants to do.
And Milton Matthews once again can't finish at the rim.
So difficult to shoot over or around Big Shannon Grant. Great job of not fouling. Grant has been in foul trouble this season from time to time. Right there, he saved himself by not fouling. They will throw it into that paint early and often. We'll see how FAMU plays it. You know, I did their game on Saturday versus Mississippi Valley State, where you mentioned
That was a good
they scored
alley-oop.
45
Ain't gonna
points
lie.
between the
That was
two
a good
bigs.
alley-oop.
They were 19 of 25 from the field. Like, they were delivering when that ball was thrown in. And early on, Valley would not double, but then they had to. Easy play.
Shannon Grant scores on the beautiful baseline out of bounds play. 7-0 Spur to start for Jackson State.
And Coach Crary, understanding the urgency of the situation, they seem pretty calm, though. It's still early.
Three's up for Jordan Chapman.
There we go.
And the shooter's roll falls for Chapman.
That was a good
He's
shot.
coming off 11 points last time out versus Prairie View A&M, and
Yeah.
he's going to be big.
Yeah, I was going to say they need Jordan Chapman, third leading scorer, but the second leading scorer in the lineup because they're missing the player of the year
Oh, you shot,
for
big
the
man.
second straight night.
Sterling Young in street clothes with a walking boot on his right foot. Talk with the coaching staff, an undisclosed injury. They're not sharing, but he will not play today for the second straight game. Roderick Coffey loses possession going up. It's a turnover.
The Rattlers like to go off the dribble. They'll shoot their share of threes, but they like to get paint touches as well off the dribble.
And the two former teammates
Yeah,
talking
look at
as
those
they come
talking
down the
noise.
floor. Coffey and Grant. Coffey decided to stay at Florida A&M with the coaching change, and we'll see how the banter continues as the matchup goes on.
Something to watch for sure.
Blue and Nightingale, you're more than welcome. Just hit the like button.
Romel Manziel from the state of California sets the screen for Ruffin. The jumper is good. And Deshaun Ruffin, who's from Jackson, Mississippi, played at Callaway High School, continues to cook for his hometown team.
That's good to see. He struggled a bit early on with the shooting percentage. He got it up to 37%, 30% from downtown.
Coffey a little long.
Ruffin was just 2 for 14 on Saturday, but he's got it going so far here.
A 4-point play opportunity for Deshaun Ruffin.
Never foul a three-point shooter.
Deshaun Ruffin in transition, as smooth as silk right now, just playing at his own pace, decides to pull up from Curryville, and the contest was a little too urgent, and they crash into him. He's able to kiss it off the glass and one.
After not making a three as a team last time out, Deshaun Ruffin has 2 triples by his lonesome, and we go to the break with Jackson State in front 12-3 over Florida A&M in this quarterfinal.
Oh. Hey, that's what Jackson State needs to do. They need to get out as an early lead as possible, because if not, Jackson State will go in that 3-minute scoring drought and let a team come back in there. So if they can get up 15, 20, 25 points, do it. Please do it, especially in the tournament, because this win will go home, man. And so, yeah, definitely go back inside. You can see Shaggy and Twinkle Toes, they outman them. And now, if that double team comes like they're doing, hot as Ruffin is shooting right now, you can, man, it can be a long night for FAMU. But definitely, I agree with you. Stay inside. That's how Grambling beat Southern today. They was putting that ball down there in that paint. And that's how, next thing you know, now the number 1 seed, they back there on Plank Road. So it can happen, man. And when he get hot, it's over. I agree. You don't let a shooter like him, man, get hot. Because once he ain't playing. I can tell you that right now. But hopefully, man, they can maintain. Because FAMU has had their number lately. And which it was like surprising to me the way that they beat Jackson State. And by the last 7-8 minutes of the game, Jackson State kind of fell apart. And as you heard the announcer say, the last time they played FAMU, I think they was horrible in the 3-pointer. So, but hey, we gonna work it out. All right, game on.
Welcome back to Champ Week here in College Park, Georgia, and the man of many nicknames, but right now on his shirt, it's going by Shaq Diesel. Shaquille O'Neal is in the house, and he's watching his son Shakir, who plays for Florida A&M. Not going to be happy after Shakir picked up his second personal foul early in this first half, and he fouled a 3-point shooter in Deshaun Ruffin, who will go to the line with an opportunity to make
Is it me or all Shaq children damn 9 feet
Ruffin,
tall?
Who's from the city of Jackson, won a state championship at Callaway High School as a junior, found his way back home after going to Ole Miss.
Send FAMU back to Tallahassee
putting
tonight.
on a show.
Where my man EA at? He always say I never show FAMU.
Yep, he's been perfect so far. 3 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from downtown, and now 1 for 1 from the free throw line.
9 points for Ruffin. 10-point lead for Jackson State. Trying to make it to the
Hey, what's going on, Miss Whitley?
Milton Matthews, a pull-up, and that falls.
Mid-range jump shot, I love it.
Today with Sterling Young out.
Yeah, and we said they had to share the load. Last night they did that. Shakir O'Neal had 11. Chapman had 11. And, of course, Milton Matthews had 23 big ones in their win last night versus Prairie View.
Grant scores on J.D. Eatman.
It is.
And the big man continued to eat down low.
No doubt he ate him up, right? And it starts because you let him catch the ball way too close to the basket. No.
Shannon Grant coming off 24 versus Mississippi Valley State on their last game. Washington gets Manziel in the air. Now kicks to Chapman. His
Good
three.
Defense.
And that's a foul. Definite
Wow.
foul, touching the shooting hand. Jamie Mitchell Jr. coming in, trying to contest. But Chapman now will go to the line to shoot 3.
We see it more and more. It used to be considered a cardinal sin as the little up fake gets Manziel off his feet. But right there, this catch and shoot gives him a high five, which is an automatic foul there on a shooter. So
Yeah,
Chapman
I can
will
see
get
that.
3 because he was behind the line.
Free throw falls for Jordan Chapman. Now 4 of the points to start for Florida A&M. Chapman, one of the 3 returning players for FAMU under new head coach Patrick Crary. And in talking with Coach Crary about re-recruiting the players that were already in the program, he said that Jordan Chapman was one he definitely wanted to keep because of his work ethic, because of how he goes about his business. And he's been a leader on this team. Chapman goes 3 for 3 from the line.
And the interesting thing about that is just kind of, you have to retain your players nowadays, and it's year to year.
Yeah, all his kids are
and
big
the more
and
you
tall.
can retain, the more nucleus you have returning, the better your team is. We're seeing some of that with this group with Jackson State. A lot of guys from last year.
Manziel is one of them. He has 4 points now. Only played in 2 games last season and decided to come back for 1 more year.
Give me that.
Grant cleans things up down low. The block of J.D. Eatman.
You got to get him off his feet. You got to throw a shot fake or a pump fake. You just can't shoot it into his hands.
And those 2 are former teammates.
How you
Kevin
dribble into
Hunt
the double
finds
team?
Ruffin trying to stay hot. And
wow.
he is sizzling.
Dial it up. Long distance.
He's on fire.
Deshaun Ruffin now with 12 points in the first half. Caleb Washington takes the bump from Manziel. He will go to the line to shoot free throws.
FAMU started off very slowly last night as well versus Prairie View. But this ain't Prairie View. Jackson State is for real. They certainly have a chance to win this whole thing. You think about Southern going down earlier, the number 1 seed. So Jackson State is the highest remaining seed. Now, there's some other teams lurking out there. Johnny Jones's Texas Southern team is still out there. Reggie Theus's Bethune-Cookman is still out there. But right now, Jackson State has to be feeling pretty good if they can get past this one. And they're off to a rip-roaring start.
Manziel is the man that committed the personal foul. And that's just the second team foul by Jackson State. Caleb Washington splits a pair. And the lead is 11 for Jackson State. Manziel off the high-low, finds Grant, makes the catch.
Right.
Good block.
Eatman.
Oh, good block.
At him with the block.
Better defense.
And Grant,
that's a good
just
pass,
like
but better
Eatman,
defense.
really kind of didn't take it up as strong as he may have needed to.
Washington from distance, that's long. Roderick Coffey tracks down the rebound.
Nice
Kicks
pass
to Milton Matthews, who's wide open. And Matthews can't finish.
That's one Matthews wishes he had back. Former NAIA player. We see that more and more, guys coming from Division II and NAIA and making an immediate impact at the Division I level. Milton certainly one of them.
Grant with 4. Kicks back to Hunt's. Got to go, so fires from distance. That one's short. The long rebound comes down.
Oh, that's a backcourt violation.
Yeah.
To Grant.
Should have held on to it, big guy.
Deshaun Ruffin was zigging. Grant thought he was going to zag.
He sure did.
The Tigers turn it over.
Yeah, should have held on to that one, big man.
So no need to panic if you're the Rattlers. Again, we know they can come back. But they're going to need to figure out some things at this end. Once again, just like last night, not a lot of offensive flow.
Matthews with 4.
Got to hurry.
With 2. Now Chapman fires. And Shannon Grant snacks down the rebound. That's 30 seconds of excellent defense from Jackson State.
It was. And there was probably an earlier shot that was passed up, and you can live with that because the Rattlers are trying to run good offense.
This is good offense, good look, and a cash shot from Jamie Mitchell Jr. So after not hitting a 3 in the entire game versus Mississippi Valley State, Jackson State starts 4 of 6 from long range. Coffey spinning on Ruffin, takes the contact. Can't score it, but will go to the line when we return.
Hey, you gotta watch them fouls, man.
Is on fire early, and they find themselves with a 14-point lead on top of Florida A&M. We'll be back for more in the Starry SWAC Basketball Tournament presented by Buick.
That's a good move.
In a couple of moments.
Good move, man. That's actually pretty good offense from Jackson State, but we've seen Jackson State do this throughout the season. Start off extremely hot. It's when that second team come in. They got to watch them little tit-for-tat fouls down there also. Now, FAMU, their offense is very out of sync tonight. Very out of sync. But you're not down and out of it just yet, man. So, but then again, how that Ruffin is shooting the ball, you might want to be careful now. EA said they'll see why they what? Oh no. Why they are happy that Grant is gone. Twinkle Toes been playing basketball about the last 5 or 6 games, Twinkle Toes been playing. I'm telling you, man, I believe that dude done lost about 70 pounds. I ain't gonna lie. That was a big joker, man, at the beginning of the season. So whenever they got him on up there, I know he didn't eat no Stamps burgers. They probably got him eating some carrots and some rice or something. Because he had lost a lot of weight. It's a good thing for him, though. Yeah, but he bodied him down there so far. He had got one shot block, but everybody get their shot blocked. But he down there rebounding and scoring on that offense, yeah.
For the A&M right now, and the Rattlers are trying to get back into it. Simone Stanley has more on what's coming from the Rattlers huddle.
Yeah, it seemed like Coach Crary expected this early surge from Ruffin. He told the team, I told y'all 24 was going to come out playing really hard. You guys have to respond. He also said, I don't like the defense right now. 12 points in the first 4 minutes is too much complaining. Just play our basketball.
Deshaun Ruffin has come out on fire. 12 points, has not missed a shot from the field or from the free throw line.
That snake looked just like them folks down there in Florida.
Into the Jackson State lead. He will shoot
right now. Go ahead on, Chip.
Ruffin is a big stage kind of guy. And the coaching staff for FAMU understood that he was going to
hit their free throws. That's very important.
But his team did not heed the warning. They've let the little beast, number 24 in white, get loose early.
Little beast, that was a good old man, Pimpy.
2 free throws fall for Roderick Coffey, the Pensacola State transfer. The lead is 12 for Jackson State. Winner of this matchup will play the winner of Bethune and Alcorn State on Friday. The chance to make it to the championship game in this Starry SWAC basketball tournament presented by Buick. Manziel is hammered.
That's a grown man move, Shaggy.
He'll go to the line where he's 0 for 2 today.
Look at Shaggy footwork.
Mansell.
Watch this.
Got the ball in close. This is a set they're running right out of the timeout.
He traveled, but
Mansell around the free throw line. Good help, but a little too much contact up high, and Mansell will go to the line again for a couple.
All right.
Makes the first on this.
Now, Shaggy, don't get happy because you're the free throw. You got to watch Shaggy. He go out there and shoot a 3-pointer like he's Steph Curry.
He's been on the floor lately. Has 4 straight games in double figures. Before the second free throw, Yamin Charles will come in for J.D. Eatman.
You know, talking to Mo Williams earlier this year, I felt like he believed that his team would be where they are despite the non-conference. They went 0 for 13 all on the road, but he knew that order would be restored, but more importantly, his team was getting battle-tested, and these are the battles that they're being tested for right now.
They played some big-time teams in non-conference. The University of Houston.
See, FAM is not going to go away.
And Iowa State, all top 10 ranked teams at the time. And right now they are taking it to Florida A&M. Roderick Coffey just got that bucket. The lead back to 12. Ruffin operating, and his first miss.
And Jackson State really goes hard to the glass. So if FAMU can start getting some of these rebounds, especially long ones, they'll have their opportunities in transition where I feel like Coach Crary wants his team to get out and run a little bit. They have not been able to do so here in the early going. They've only forced 1 turnover so far tonight.
Washington, tough look. Jackson State back on the ball. He played half of this first half. Jackson State owning the paint. They're outscoring Florida A&M 8-0. Another paint touch for Shannon Grant. He's taking his time, and he's scoring.
Quadruple team.
Look at it.
Shaquille O'Neal used to get that. That's Shannon Grant.
Twinkle toe.
6 points now for Grant. The transfer from Florida A&M has a vested interest in this matchup. And Roderick Coffey has been the savior early for Florida A&M, keeping them in it. He now has 6. Hunt goes to the lane, kicks. Now the ball moving with some pace. 3 to shoot. Hunt finds himself in the corner. Can't finish.
Great set, though. This is the transition we were talking about. Coffee.
Chapman finds the glass. The finish. Block. And the foul.
Ooh, that's 2 on Ruffin. That's 2
where
fouls.
FAMU
I
is
told you, you gotta
terrific.
stop
Open
that
court. Here's Coffee delivering the pass. Chapman, baseline, a little kiss. The tardy rotation, and as a result, a transition opportunity converted by the Rattlers.
So Jordan Chapman now with 8. He leads all Rattlers. And on a day where player of the year in the conference and your leading scorer, Sterling Young, is not playing, you have to have players step up. And Chapman is doing that right now.
I was really looking forward to seeing Sterling Young in person, too. I see him in person, but he's not wearing his uniform.
So Chapman completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Now has 9.
Look at Mo working than referee. Look at Mo working the referee.
Again, as you mentioned, FAMU won both meetings between these two teams, and they have chipped away, and they're really right back in this thing with plenty of time here in the first half.
Hunt drops it off. It's an errant pass, so a late shot clock now. And Hunt with a running hook a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's a hell of a shot, man.
It wasn't a sky hook, but it was a hook indeed. Kareem, huh?
Big height difference between Hunt and Kareem. It was
so.
an unstoppable shot for
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar as Washington leaves that jumper short.
Captain couldn't be stopped his whole career.
11-point lead for Jackson State. 7.5 to play in the first half, trying to make it to the semifinals. Florida A&M picked up their first ever SWAC tournament win. Jackson State trying to knock them out of the tournament right here. That's a traveling violation on Jamie Mitchell Jr. We go to the under 8 timeout, and Florida A&M is sticking around. Jackson State, however, in front as the higher seed. More basketball to come in the Starry SWAC Basketball Tournament presented by Buick.
Well, Hunt is Hunt. You're in foul trouble, Jackson State. Remember, I told you got to stop doing them tit for tat fouls, man. You're halfway through, and you're giving up some unnecessary fouls. When you in transition and you're getting beat like that, it's all right to give it up. Give up them little 2 points, man. You still winning. But that foul situation is you gotta watch. I watched the Valley, MAGA Valley ladies. They lead the score. They ended up winning that game in overtime, but they lead the score fouled out on little fouls like that. Do not give up them fouls. Not doing the tournament. You gotta remember, you got about another half and a half of a half. So you ain't got too much of basketball left. And I understand by leaving it all out there on the floor, but not in the first half picking up 2 fouls. How does he been shooting? That's not a good thing, because you don't want him putting back in there. Because if you do put him back in, they're gonna come towards him to try to get him that 3rd foul. But overall, this is gonna be a good game. I'm not surprised that FAMU is coming back or playing well as they are. They're just too small in the paint. If they keep that ball going in, and if they doubling, tripling, kick the ball back out. You got your shooters actually shooting pretty decent, man. So don't let FAMU start running. If they get in transition, it's gonna be a long night for Jackson State. Twinkle toes, he ain't gonna move up and down there. He don't float like a butterfly, But He still, he don't need to be running up and down the court like that. So, but we will definitely find out who wants it more in a little bit. And also, Easter coming up. Make sure y'all get y'all kids get their little Easter speech. I love to see little kids do their Easter speech. I'll be laughing my ass off at them, knowing they don't be knowing their speeches.
Jackson State started this game 12-0 in points in the paint. Florida A&M has found themselves scoring in close. Now have 8 points down low. And Tim, what do you think is going to be the difference as this first half and contest continues if Florida A&M wants to come back?
Well, they got to get out in transition, and you do that 2 ways: rebounding it off the glass, particularly long rebounds, or forcing turnovers. And right now they've only forced 2 turnovers, so they've had to face Mo Williams' half-court defense this entire game, and they haven't been able to cash it in on most possessions.
Milton Matthews also has been quiet today, has just the 2 points on 1 of 4 from the field. Caleb Washington can't finish from in close, and Shannon Grant continues to own the glass.
Absolutely. He and Mansell, that's what they do. They offer resistance at the basket, and you're only going to get 1 crack at it.
Grant has 6 rebounds already, and Kevion Hunt wants the ball rubbed off. Too much moisture for his liking.
How about that?
So Dorian McMillan inbounds it. And Jackson State has possession with the double-digit lead.
And Jackson State is more than content to play a half-court game because they have giants in the paint. They can take their time, get it there, and deliver.
And Manziel, a special delivery at the rim. 8 points now for Ramel Manziel to go along with 1 rebound. Now Jordan Chapman hands off to Roderick Coffey. Gives off to Chapman. Stuck on the baseline amongst the trees, just throws up a wild shot.
Man.
And not going to get the benefit of anything down there.
Good defense.
Too much height.
It's almost detrimental to penetrate. You have to, the way you beat Jackson State is you need bigs that can shoot the 3. If you have that and force those guys to come out of the paint defensively, then you have those driving lanes that you're looking for. There's no driving lanes right now. Shannon Grant is camped underneath that goal, and Mansell is not too far from him.
And a foul going on Jordan Chapman as he was trying to ward off Manziel, looking to make the cut down low.
Grant received postseason accolades, 2nd team all-conference, I believe. He was preseason 1st team all-conference for how he played last year at FAMU.
And an inexcusable allowance by Florida A&M.
Well, it's tough when you're playing man-to-man on inbounds plays. That's why a lot of teams would like to go zone. But if you're not a zone team, then you have to really communicate through all those screens and back cuts and actions. And if you don't, someone's going to slip to the rim and get a shot at the bucket.
15-point lead for Jackson State. Roderick Coffey from distance. Cash.
A little coffee from downtown. No sugar, no cream.
He's trying to wake up this Florida A&M offense. Timeout is called. I
don't think they want to get that joker too many more shots. He heating up, bro.
Makes just his 13th 3 all season.
They needed it, though.
They needed that 3 in the worst way.
That pulse was, that warning light was kind of flickering right now. They're running out of gas. They're running out of oil. But that coffee shot right there, a little shot in the arm, hopefully they'll get a jolt out of that.
Right now, Jackson State is well out in front of Florida A&M. They're owning
mascot thing look just like them people down there.
Categories +7 in rebounding, and they have 11 assists on their 13 made field goals It has been a clinic offensively for Jackson State, who in conference play lead the conference in points as well as field goal percentage. McMillan, the step back, and the freshman of the year, firing on all cylinders.
McMillan is a really good player, and assuming he stays at Jackson State, he's going to be a monster in SWAC play for the next few years.
You hear that?
Averaging 10 points
you
per
hear that?
game.
That's why I don't like them
Matthews
damn announcers.
Trying to get loose.
Here we go.
And he wets one from distance.
And honestly, the three-point shot is going to be the way you're going to get a good look at that end. Driving the basketball, unless you're driving to pass, it's really not good for FAMU right now with all those giants in the paint.
McMillan, no good. Shannon Grant on the offensive glass is fouled from behind by J.D. Eatman. So Eatman picks up his second. That sends Shannon Grant to the line.
This is old-fashioned 80s basketball, though, right? 3 out, 2 in, although they do have their bigs lifted a little because they want to clear it. But basically they're trying to duck in and throw that ball down on the block like old-school basketball.
Free throw falls for Shannon Grant. The only part of the game where he struggles is at the line, shoots just 66%.
Which is not great, but it's not terrible for bigs. We know some bigs that shoot much worse than 66. I'm not going to say any names or talk about anybody in the building right now.
He has security around him, so I'm trying to keep my cool.
Right.
So Grant adds to the lead of Jackson State. The difference is 13 right now with 4:14 remaining in the first half. Matthews.
Shaquille O'Neal catching strays, man, for no reason, right?
That's on you. He's not throwing any strays.
Sorry, Shaq. My bad.
Roderick Coffey at the rim, and it's just going to be tough down there with the height of Jackson State. McMillan on the hop. That's a tough look. And Yamin Charles is called for the foul. Patrick Crary can't believe it, and he is letting Thomas Northcutt hear about it.
This is a tough call. But McMillan, when he gets this ball, he's got a path to the basket, and then he tries a little ambidexterity there with the left hand. I thought that was pretty solid defense. Build the wall, keep your hands up straight. But yet, McMillan gets the benefit of the call.
So we'll take a break, and Dorian McMillan will shoot free throws when we return. The final 3:50 in this final quarterfinal.
Hey, now, I hope y'all heard that. They talking about Dorian McMillan, right? Instead of those announcers encouraging that young man to stay at Jackson State, to stay in the SWAC and play basketball, you know, the first thing they said as soon as he hit a couple of shots, if he stays in the SWAC. Man, come on, bro. Won't you go take your ass and go call a game down there at Ole Miss or USM somewhere, or go call a game down there at But don't, man, I can't stand that. But I know the two that's calling. I'm gonna shoot them something, and it ain't gonna be nice. Don't sit there and try to. This man playing on national TV. Folks are already trying to look and take every damn thing from the SWAC and from HBCUs. And you going to have your little sissy punk ass on there talking about if he stays in the SWAC. Don't do that. I can't stand when they do that stuff. You ain't said nothing about Shaquille O'Neal, goofy ass son that couldn't make two with a pencil. You ain't talking about if he stayed in the SWAC. But you want to take one of the best young players that we done had in a long time and sit there and talk about if he stays in the SWAC. Oh, man, go on somewhere, man. You lucky I ain't drinking. I'll come through that TV screen on your ass tonight, man. I can't stand to hear that. Anyway, go back to the game.
Conference in the nation. A collection of schools rich in tradition, pride, and pedigree. Sacrifice.
And that's right, Blue and Nightingale. His family is deep, SWAC deep. His mama was so happy when he signed with Jackson State.
Building champions for life.
We're back inside of the Gateway Center Arena in College Park, Georgia, at the Starry SWAC Basketball Tournament presented by Buick. Our second quarterfinal of the day. Number 8 seed Grambling State upsets number 1 overall seed Southern in our first quarterfinal. And right now, the number 2 overall seed Jackson State is taking it to number 7 overall seed Florida A&M. Dorian McMillan is at the free throw line after a foul by Yamin Charles. Florida A&M's mascot serenading us with the little soiree.
And, you know, early on, this was kind of dominated by Deshaun Ruffin. He's been quiet because they've been throwing it into the paint on every possession, and it's to great success. Grant and Mansell together are 6 for 8 from the field. And remember, they're coming off of 19 for 25 on Saturday.
16 points in the paint for Jackson State. Up to this point, they're +8, and now +2 on the scoreboard after Dorian McMillan goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Some contact, and a foul is called.
Oh,
that's going on Jamie Mitchell Jr.
Man, come on, SWAC refs. Y'all acting like the football referees now.
That's his second.
Just the 5th team foul. 342, neither team in the bonus. Pretty smooth half so far played by both teams in that department.
Chapman is fouled going to the bucket.
Here we go. I told you they call him like the football.
Going to go on Mitchell Jr., so he picks up 2 in about 20 seconds.
Wow.
Now 2 fouls in 20 seconds. Come on,
the
man.
Day. Jordan Chapman back to the free throw line where he's perfect today.
Ruffin has 2 fouls as well, which is why we haven't seen a lot of him recently. Again, started off, hit his first 4 shots, 12 points on the evening.
Free throw is good for Jordan Chapman. He was 1 off a season high versus Prairie View in the last meeting.
All right now. Now this young man can play ball too now.
Season high came against Jackson State when he had 18. Now has 10 in the first half. .13-point game, and Florida A&M has to be careful down the stretch. Don't want this game to get away from them. Mansell, no good. Grant, just a menace
and
on
one.
The glass. And he deposits in another one for 2.
Zach and tripped me out when he shoots
Mansell taking that shot. But what you can't live with is Grant sticking it back in.
8 rebounds now for Shannon Grant to go along with his 8 points. He's working on a first half double-double. Shakir O'Neal back in after having 2 personal fouls early. O'Neal to his knees, a behind-the-back pass. Now the ball ends up with Coffee.
How about that?
Cash again from distance.
Wow. That went from a disaster to a splash. A jolt once again of Coffee.
That one was an espresso shot from Roderick Coffee.
Right.
As Mansell kicks back to Hunt. Off the pump. The floater is through.
Woo. This team, man, when you think about what the bigs do, but they have some guards that will do you on the perimeter.
So Hunt now with 4. And again, the paint points being owned by Jackson State. Matthews fading.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a tough shot from Logan Matthews.
He cooked him on that one. Woo. Pretty solid defense, but Matthews up to the task.
Milton Matthews with 7 coming off 23 versus Prairie View in the first round yesterday. Went for the first time, Tamarian Hoover. Grant gives off to Hunt. Now Hoover 4-3. And it hits the top of the glass.
Son.
Florida A&M will come into possession. Trying to push this lead under double figures.
And Hoover kind of pressed into duty because of the foul trouble in the backcourt. Unable to come up with that shot.
Yameen Charles gets a touch. Back out to Coffee, who's been cooking from distance. Why not? This one just jumps off the rim, and Shannon Grant snags the rebound with some authority.
Oh, with a whole lot of verbiage to go with it.
That's 9 rebounds for Twinkle Toes.
Manziel on the block. Double comes. Hunt off the pump for 3. Yes, sir. Kevion Hunt, a triple.
It's been a clinic so far.
The lead, 15, matches the largest lead of the game. Hoover goes up high for the board.
They can almost hold for 1. 8-second differential. Now Mo Williams is going to use it to lose a timeout.
It makes sense.
Everything is working for Jackson State today. 46 first half points. And after Florida A&M looked good on yesterday and took down the Tigers twice in the regular season, things have looked much different this evening.
A much better sense of urgency, I would say, coming from Jackson State. They are here on a mission. But the thing about Mo Williams' group is they know where their team, what their characteristics are. They're playing
right, go TD. Look at
and that's
TD up
easy
there.
to say, but a lot of teams play outside themselves at times. But this team is focused. They have great guards. And on a given team, Deshaun Ruffin would take 20 shots a game. But the reality is he's got 2 bigs that understand how to score. Now, we live in a day where the game is dominated by perimeter play, but very few people have an interior advantage that Jackson State has at the SWAC level. So you might as well use it. He's playing 2 bigs. People usually don't do that unless both those bigs are perimeter players.
Let's see what Mo Williams draws up, the NBA champion. That ball is tipped off of Jackson State, and that's not what he drew
Wait
up.
a minute.
No.
Jackson State throws the ball over.
There's no deflect the ball out of bounds play.
So Kwadrick Samuel comes on for defensive responsibilities. Shot clock's turned off, and a chance to hold for the final shot for Florida A&M. Milton Matthews has 7 on the day, but it's been a tough 7.
They've made it work.
Off the double screen, Matthews, the fading shot falls off. 2 seconds, 1 second, and Dorian McMillan decides not to take the ball any further. The Tigers will take a 15-point lead into the break. And Shannon Grant walking in front of us. Our broadcast booth lets out a yell of excitement. This game means so much to him, the transfer from Florida A&M. And he had 10 points and 9 rebounds in the first half. Deshaun Ruffin had 12, and Simone Stanley is with the head coach for Jackson State, Mo Williams.
Coach, Jackson State was able to maintain a double-digit lead. What do you think went well this half?
Well, we're defending. The game plan is what it is. They're doing a good job of sticking to the game plan. It's another half. Obviously, this is a good team. Beat us twice during the season. So we got 20 more minutes.
And FAMU were the comeback kids last night. What's going to be the key to
the reason why I call him Twinkle Toes is you watch when he runs.
So we got to be ready the second half. But we got to come out and play
watch when he runs. He runs up on his tippy toes. That's why I call him
Basketball
Twinkle Toes.
for Jackson State is getting the ball down low to the big man. They were plus 10 in points in the paint, 20 points down low, led by 10 from Shannon Grant and 8 from Ramel Manziel. We're going to take a break, be back for halftime at the Starry SWAC Basketball Tournament presented by Buick.
The link is in
Firehouse
there.
Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create
If you
two
got something to
new
say, you
looking
want to come
subs.
on up. Come on and say what you got to say, man. It don't matter to me. What's up, man?
What's going on, my good brother?
Oh, man, if I had it, man, I'd make you tell you. What's happening? What you think of the first half?
Oh, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. They balling. Coach Coach Mo got a plan. He beating them on the inside. And when I look at this team play, I put it in the chat. Jackson State talent is much better than their record, right? Me and you had that conversation over the phone, right? Jackson State talent. Man, I'm telling you, Jackson State got a good chance to win this tournament. Jackson State win this tournament. They're gonna win the play-in game in the NCAA tournament. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna talk about something you said that it pissed me off the same way it pissed you off.
Yeah.
When they act as assuming he stay at Jackson State. Why do you? He's here now. Why are you assuming he stay at Jackson State? Why can't you say he's gonna be great at Jackson State? You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Why can't you? He's great at Jackson State. I hate last year when Jackson State played Georgetown, when they took their game from Jackson State men. And the commentators, it was Georgetown commentary. Well, you know, Jackson State, they had coach, you know, the other guy, the celebrity, and he left. And now they have Coach Mo Williams, an NBA player. Yeah, he's from Mississippi, but the way he's recruiting and the way he's coaching, man, once he really get what he want within a few years, how long do you think he will stay at Jackson State? I'm like, why do y'all just say everybody want to leave? Always going somewhere else ain't all. I know people think that is better. Going, people been taught it's better. Leaving ain't always better.
No,
actually, you know, and honestly, I ain't telling nobody to turn down no money, I don't guess, but more money ain't always more better.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, and then my thing is, like this man, like the young man is playing so well his freshman year, no red shirt, straight up, a little 17-year-old, probably 18 now, and they want him to go to wherever they want him to go, and then they expect him to play like he's the next coming of LeBron or Michael Jordan or somebody. They don't even want these young kids to grow into the basketball or football game or whatever, baseball. It don't matter, whatever sport. They want them to go be playing like they a 8-9 year veteran of the NBA or NFL. Let these young men sit there and grow and enjoy the game. But I know both of them commentators, and trust me, I'm gonna say something to them. Really, I cannot stand to see like this is some D League or some junior varsity league or something. No.
Yep.
This man chose. Look, that I wish I had the video. I did have it at one time, but I had the video of him on signing day, and he had all those. You know how they have the hats in front of him. I seen Ole Miss, I seen Mississippi State, I seen USM, I seen all kind of hats, and I seen the Jackson State hat. And when he put that Jackson State hat on, if you'd have seen how his mama jumped up, she was so happy that her baby was going to Jackson State. That's what that dummy should have been showing instead of saying, well, if he stays there. I'm like, man, if you don't get your want to be proper talking ass on somewhere, man, don't do us like that, man.
No, I hate that. Yeah, don't make like we're a developmental league. No, don't do that.
I guarantee you that man.
Don't try to treat us like that.
I guarantee you that man would not be calling a PWI game and they freshman of the year of that conference. He wouldn't be like, well, if he stayed in the SEC or if he stayed in the Big Ten, man, they would have took that man microphone off him right then and there and say, come on, you got to go. But see, you just play us like we don't know any better. Man, let that man stay there and cook, man. I do like the big men play from Jackson State this game, but I don't like them fouls, man. Because FAMU is not gonna roll over. I'm telling you this. I don't know what they're trying to figure out, but FAMU is not running like they ran in the first two games. That's one of the things that they're not able to do is run. Once FAMU start running, folks get in trouble. Because that's what they did last night. And you seen, I don't know, yeah, you seen the game last night too. So, but I'm glad though, man. So was that Jonathan, you say class of Murray 2001? Okay. Oh, he went to Murray. All right, man. But yeah, man, go ahead on. I just had to read that because I seen that.
No, you good. That's all. That's what I want. I'm gonna tell you, man. The future is looking bright for Coach Mo and JSU men basketball this year. You know what? And I really hope that we can pull this SWAC tournament off, because I really believe that Jackson State can win a play-in game and get them a tournament and get a tournament victory under their under their belt. Hopefully we keep in this game, right? We keep going to the big man, because Grant and Shaggy, as you call him, Grant and Shaggy can dominate.
Yeah.
And as long as they playing strong like that in the paint, I foresee wide open shots. And if we continue to make our wide open shots, man, this game, it's gonna be a good game. I ain't saying they're gonna roll over. It's gonna be competitive, but I see Jackson State winning this game long as out. And Grant is playing hype. That freshman is balling. Like I say, the future, man. Then you bring that freshman Hoover off the bench. The only thing, and I know they're gonna get stronger. They straight out of high school, but them young men gonna get in that damn weight room. Because I'm telling you right now, Jackson State got a couple stars on their hand. That I'm talking about them two freshmen. They have a couple of stars, because I think Hoover. I think Hoover is going to be a damn good player as well.
And Hunt, he playing something serious this game, man. But that guy from FAMU, that coffee cat, you gotta watch him, man. You gotta watch him. He's starting to warm up. He getting a little too comfortable. And once you get comfortable like that, hey, it'll be. Remember, hey, back in the 80s and 90s, hey, one-on-one basketball, hey, shoot till you miss type stuff, hey. But I want to see them big men, because like I said, Twinkle Toes, he almost got a double-double. So when he playing like that, man, and look, the Shaggy ain't shot one three-pointer. I said, thank goodness. Shaggy loved to go out there and shoot like he's Steph Curry.
You right. Hey, but something else? They didn't have no 2-3 minute scoring drought.
Yep. See what I'm saying?
They did not have a 2 or 3. They did not have a 2 or 3 minute scoring drought.
Look, I'm knocking on wood, because Jackson State is known to go for one, man. So, and look, that crazy little Amigo, he came in and shot off the bench yet. I believe they don't let him in the game. You know what I'm talking about, right? The little Puerto Rican or Dominican or whatever the hell he is, the little Haitian, whatever the hell he is. He don't take no. I mean, that man don't even wipe his clothes on his jersey. As soon as he touched the ball, he's shooting a 3-pointer. I said, where y'all get this cat from, man? No warm up, no nothing. Just go straight shooting 3-pointers, man. But this is a way better game for Jackson State than the first 2 games. But like I said, fam ain't going away. You gotta watch them. And I wish, if EA ever come back in this chat room, I'm gonna tell him, now I played FAMU just for you, and you disappeared. So, but he's somewhere hiding. But if FAMU start winning, I guarantee you'll see them. He'll roll up in them comments, though. But hey, think about it. I don't know if you've seen it, but if Jackson State win this game, they play the winner of Bethune-Cookman and FAMU. I mean, Bethune-Cookman and Alcorn. Now, Bethune is playing good basketball. Kind of streaky, but they playing good basketball. They finished right behind Jackson State. But I don't think that Alcorn is going to let them walk over them. But I don't know what's wrong with the Corn this year, man. I expected more from them, but yeah. But then on that other side, it'll be the winner between Grambling and that other, I forgot the other school. But Jackson State manhandled Grambling, so I don't see Grambling winning this thing. She say, Tamona say, keyword finish. They have to finish strong in the second half. Yeah, Alcorn been playing bad. That's true. I don't know what, I believe it's harvesting season around there. They about out behind behind the campus planting some corn or some flowers or something behind them, man. But it's all good though, man. Anybody else want to come up and I'll drop the link. If anybody else want to come up and speak their piece, it don't matter to me. What you had dropped?
Yeah, man. I accidentally hit the leave button, man. My bad.
No, you good. No, you good.
My bad.
Just saying, if anybody else want to come.
Timona, you should come on up halftime. We ain't heard you in a long time. We don't know where you been. We've been looking for you. We've been looking for you on. So you need to come up and say something before the game start back. We've been looking for you.
Where my man at? Where's Uncle Willie?
I don't know where. Yeah.
I forgot to tell him that I was streaming.
Bedrock need to come.
Yeah, I ain't seen my man. He been acting calm lately. So they say, Timona, the people miss you.
Yeah, come on, Timona. We've been looking. You ain't done nothing. Come on. Come say hey or something.
Doc must be at work. Doc used to be up in here, Doc Holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kept telling people, man, that this SWAC tournament, that those women, even though they play the early games, they play the 11 o'clock game, but Jackson State play tomorrow at 4 o'clock. But those women games, we've had 2 women games that went into overtime. They say, oh, please not Uncle Willie. y'all gonna wake Uncle Willie up from the dead on y'all. Yeah, but those women games, they have like what MAGA Valley in Southern game, but those Southern women play like little boys. You gotta watch them things. Them things are hard, man. Southern women go hard. But
who our women play tomorrow? Who our ladies play tomorrow?
Ooh, shit, hell if I know. I know they play. Man, I had the schedule. I just showed the schedule too, man. But okay. Had to say Doc on his channel. Okay, I'm about to say because usually, well, I should have known if Jackson State was playing that he would be on there. Let's see. I'll find it in a minute. Yeah, but those women games, though, those women games have been way more competitive and a lot stronger, man. Except that last game. But like I said, Southern women, they are strong. They play like little boys. I mean, them things. If you don't jump on Southern, they will sit there and like hurt you. Like, I think Valley was down 10-0 or 10-2, and I was like, damn. I said this is not going. Okay, here it is right here. Jackson State play Grambling tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern time, 4:30 Central time, and Alabama A&M and Alcorn play at 11 a.m. 10 Central. So you know I'll be watching that Alabama A&M game. I gotta see what that my goodness, man. I seen they did a YouTube video of her, and that woman had about 7 different outfits. I said, what the hell? And then she put one of them on out there, and man, now you got a bunch of dudes making videos talking about they gonna send their daughter to this school here to learn from this coach. I said, man, you looking like everybody else. Don't fool me. I said, you can't fool me. I said, man, because the first time I seen it, I said, what the hell is going on here? Man.
Well, the game back, man.
Is it? Down. All right, brother. All right, thanks for coming up, man.
Are dominant in the paint. They only force 3 turnovers. You got to force more turnovers to get out in transition and outrun those big guys. That's a nice start. A floater by Coffee.
He's been the star today for Florida A&M now with 14 points, closing in on a season high. Jackson State.
I would think about going zone if I was FAMU, just to keep the ball out of the paint.
Grant right in close. I mean, he now has 12 to go along with 9 rebounds.
It's just too easy. And because Ruffin is such a good shooter today, the pump fake got his defender off the ground. He gets into the paint and delivers the package right at the doorstep.
Caleb Washington, a tough jumper over the outstretched arm of Mansell.
Double-double now for Grant. I believe that was his 10th rebound. Go with 12 points.
Yeah.
Monster
game versus Florida A&M. The last time these two teams met at 18 points in the first meeting and 14 in the second. Ruffin, mano-a-mano. And Jordan Chapman was up to the task.
That's a foul.
Wow. I felt like that should have been a jump ball.
No.
That's what Jordan is saying. See if we can take a look. Pretty good, as you said, up to the task. And this all ball there, the referees were kind of shielded off and called. They thought that
it was ball, but look at the body on him. That's body. Block. You can't put your body on him, player.
Nonetheless, Chapman tagged with a personal.
And our crew chief, Byron Evans, giving Patrick Crary a bench warning for how far he was out, arguing that call. Deshaun Ruffin misses his first free throw of the day. An obvious disgust with that call from Coach Crary. Not only is Chapman picking up the personal foul, but also it was a big defensive moment.
Yeah, and anytime a call like that goes against you and you're trailing, you know, you're going to try to do something to get your team's attention, the ref's attention. So, more importantly, they need stops because that's the anatomy of any comeback. People talk about scoring, but first you have to shut that water off, and it's been flowing downhill all evening long for Jackson State.
Largest lead of the game for the Tigers right now at 16. Caleb Washington, no good. And J.D. Eatman with the offensive rebound. Roderick Coffey can't score it from distance.
Get his own rebound.
Just their second offensive rebound of the night.
And a tough bucket from Roderick Coffey. He's been everything today for Florida A&M, now with 16. Grant with Washington on him, and that is easy money for Shannon Grant down low.
You really almost have to front the post because if you let them catch the ball 5 to 8 feet from the basket, they're just going to stuff you and the ball into the hoop.
Eatman trying to go back at Grant, the two former teammates, and Shannon Grant is called for the foul.
This is Grant's first personal of the evening, though, so not bad.
J.D. Eatman, a tumultuous free throw shooter at just 45% at the line.
Tumultuous, I like that.
I passed my AP English exam back in high school.
There you go.
Eatman no good from the line. One for two on this trip. And some full court pressure now from Florida A&M.
And that's not going, this is just token pressure. Oh no, they actually are trying to trap. But that's not going to deter this team, I don't think.
That's an
they
error.
did turn it over there. Here we go.
Washington right at the rim. He's fouled by Dorian McMillan. And Caleb Washington will go to the line to shoot some free throws with the clock stopped.
That cross-court pass intercepted. And watch Caleb Washington just kind of hang and glide, absorbing
this is
the contact.
FAMU try to get back in the game.
They'll have a chance for a couple very nice
automatic. They just take off running. See, they put 3 of them out there running.
And that led to, Milton Matthews steals it, and Washington capitalizes.
Washington can't make the first free throw. and misses the second as well. So an empty trip.
Oh, I see some FAMU fans in here.
Possible time.
Welcome, Michael Samuel.
For Florida A&M. And Washington making things difficult on Hunt. And that's
timeout.
Free ball. Coffee ends up with it.
Triple on Hunt.
All they had to do is score. Yeah, timeout, man.
Patrick Crary wants the officials to look at that to see if it was an intentional trip. And
yeah,
that is intentional.
Is going to be a big call.
It is intentional.
It is.
We'll see right here. Roderick Coffey is going to end up with the basketball, and his leg he's held, and that's most likely going to be a flagrant foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you talk about excessive and unnecessary,
call timeout. Call timeout
for him to clap his legs together. That was on purpose, just to make him trip. That's not a basketball play. So I'm going to say the officials will probably give Kavion Hunt a flagrant 1 on this one. And Kavion Hunt is probably saying, Washington tackled me first. So all I did was stick a leg up a la Grayson Allen.
Well, with Grayson Allen, he was on the wrong end of some reprimands for that.
A lot.
In his days in college. And
pros too sometimes.
So for Roderick Coffey, he also had a immediate lane to the basket, so an intentional foul, obviously, on Kavion Hunt. And right now, it would be 2 free throws and the ball for Florida A&M, and a team that's down by 15, gasping for air at the beginning of this second half. This would be true CPR for the Rattlers.
Well, we thought coffee would give them a burst of energy like it does in real life. And he did for a little bit, but it's worn off now. They need another spark from another spot.
And so they do not upgrade to a flagrant foul. And that's why we're over here, and the referees wear the stripes.
I think they got it wrong.
I think y'all two are bozos.
And the coaching staff of Florida A&M unhappy as well. So the Rattlers just have the basketball after the common foul and are down by the 15 points. Milton Matthews, who had 7 first-half points.
That's a push.
Gives off to J.D. Eatman. Back out to Coffey. And he is cooking in front of our eyes like a hibachi chef. He has another triple now with 19.
Yeah, he's balling right now. But I think the word you're looking for is percolating.
12-point game. Hunt trying to match the triple. He cannot. Caleb Washington is out and running. Washington right at Grant.
This is it.
Ends up with O'Neal.
Yes.
He scores plus the foul.
This is FAMU at its best. We saw this last night on display. When they get out in the open court, they have finishers. And here, the long rebound. Grant trying to get back and get matched up. Nice defense, but there, the cleanup by O'Neal. The bucket, and he'll have a chance for a free throw.
So Shakir O'Neal, whose father is in attendance, the Hall of Famer and 4-time NBA champion Shaquille O'Neal, watching on as his son can't complete three-point play.
Just like Shaq.
It is a 10-point ball game.
Yeah, striking distance though, James. There's still a lot of time left, and momentum is clearly swinging in the Rattlers' favor right now.
And Kavion Hunt turns the ball over right off his foot. So Florida A&M now with the chance to cut this lead below double figures.
Give Patrick Crary some credit for extending his defense and putting pressure on the guards, because that does 2 things. They might turn it over, but it also takes away time that you have to defend underneath your own goal.
They got to be not afraid to call timeout.
On the elevator screen, Matthews for three.
Cash.
Bullseye.
How about
Florida
that?
A&M right back in it in this quarterfinal.
Well,
This
you can
is
tell who the
shades of
commentators
last
are
night's Prairie
commentating
View
for.
game. 24-point swing when they were down 10, went up by 14, and it was plays like that.
Hunt gives off to Grant. He's stripped by Shakir O'Neal. Coffee
Here we go.
slaloming through, finds Matthews. The extra pass to Chapman, and it scoots out. That shot would have brought the house down.
Yeah, the lid was about to blow off of Gateway Center. This is an exciting game, and it turned into that here in the second half. This was one-sided in the first half, but give the Rattlers credit. Just like last night, they've come out ready to play in the second half.
Ruffin off the Grant screen, gives back to the freshman of the year, McMillan. He looks up and fires. Free basketball, and that's going to go off of Kevion Hunt's. 15:02 remaining, and we have a ball game in the second half. Florida A&M striking back against Jackson State, and Kevion Hunt is still down, grabbing at his right leg on the sideline.
Hopefully
So
that's
he
just
gets
a
up
cramp.
under his own power. We'll take a break as he is tended to here at the Starry SWAC Basketball Tournament presented by Buick.
Well, hey, it's basketball. That's why you play the game, baby. That's why you play the game. Hey. Like I said, they built up a good lead. If you watch Jackson State football, if you watch Jackson State basketball, you know they go through a little drought like this. But you can't let FAMU run. FAMU is a running team. So now they'll play Jackson State tough, and then, during the regular season, they played Jackson State, beat them, and then turned around and lost to Alabama A&M the next game by a double figure. So team is streaky, but it's gonna be a good game. Yeah, and they're making the threes, but not the free throws. Yep. Ref ain't calling ish in our favor. We need a timeout, and hopefully he's okay. That's true. Look like a cramp. I hope it's a cramp. Need to drink that Gatorade. Energy was drier than a nun when JSU was dominating. Yeah, you can tell those announcers, man. Look, if y'all haven't noticed, anytime FAMU or Bethune-Cookman plays, they find these announcers that used to be from the MEAC and they cheer them folks on. That's kind of crazy, but that's where it is, man. I'm glad Telly ain't calling the game. He probably been melted right now. So Telly is the worst. So they said, where do they find these commentators from? They must have a clause that says you must hate JSU to work here. J-Man host say striking time, Rattlers orange and green. All right, there, FAMU. Y'all coming on up in here then. Y'all were quiet as church mouse in the first half, but hey, I said y'all was coming. She said Michael Samuel go play in the freeway. Damn. Not the freeway.
House at the Gateway Center Arena in College Park, Georgia.
Red Girl, everybody hates JSU. I see.
The Starry SWAC Basketball Tournament presented
coming
by
out.
Buick. And Florida A&M is finding their way back right now. Simone Stanley has more from Jackson State on how they can stop this run.
Coach Williams told the team, we are all right. He wants to see them get out and run in transition. He said, right now, we look scared. Manziel also spoke up to the team and said, guys, we have to bring back that same defense from the first half. Let's go.
Coach Prairie told us for Florida A&M, we were punked in the first half by Jackson State. They're the one doing the bullying right now against the Tigers as they found their way back. Washington, a jumper, falls off, and Romel Manziel
Good rebound,
gets down the
Shaggy.
rebound.
You want to get alpha males' attention? Tell them they're being punked. And that worked because this Rattlers team has come out with a lot of energy. They've clawed their way back into this one. It's a 6-point game, and there's still a ton of time. Woo!
Out of the timeouts, Romel Manziel. Another special delivery.
Great back screen and a great pass by Ruffin. Manziel made it look easy.
Deshaun Ruffin with the lob up top. Washington on the baseline, and that's excellent defense from Romel Manziel. He's the one that made the cry to his team, and he's also the one flying in for booms.
Great back screen and a lack of communication by the Rattlers. It looked like they were going to set a down, but he got a back instead. A set play, weak side help, too close to the snipers in the corner, and there's nobody at the rim.
The lead back up to 9. Deshaun Ruffin holds. He's been quiet in the second half after 12 first-half points. Another good look. This one's off for Jamie Mitchell Jr.
Head hunting screen by Grant created that shot.
Roderick Coffey step in 3. And when it's working, it's all working. Roderick Coffey now with 22, his 4th made 3.
My goodness, pour us all a cup of Roderick Coffey.
A season high for Roderick Coffey in the biggest game of the season for the Rattlers. Manziel finds the freshman of the year, McMillan, and he has an answer.
That was a big shot, and now Manziel looks like he took a shot. Now he's tying his shoe. But wow, what a second half
like he hurt his ankle
for FAMU. They have come out with a ton of energy and gotten themselves back. And Roderick Coffey's been doing it all evening long. Nice back screen and a little bank shot from downtown. I maintain that there's literally no shooter that tries to bank it in from 3. So it's a little luck. But, hey, they will take it. And then the answer at the other end by Jackson State.
Now Coffey sneaks into the lane.
Wow.
Fouled by McMillan, but the hoop and the harm.
You see that he was setting him up for that.
What has gotten into Roderick Coffey here? He has taken over this game. Hesitation dribble, gets the switch. A nice pump fake. The tardy rotation by Grant. And he banks it home.
25. A potential right now for Roderick Coffey. Has 24 after the 2 and a chance for the extra at the line. And he hits it. And it's just a 2-possession game. Jackson State led by as many as 16 in this second half.
Jackson State has only scored 10 points here in the first 9 minutes of the second half.
Ruffin with Coffey on him. And Coffey doing it on the defensive end. But Deshaun Ruffin too smooth at the rim.
Come on, man.
Deshaun
Ruffin
is a big-time scorer.
Come on, man.
Right there, he just created something from nothing. Pretty good defense, in my opinion, by Coffey.
15 points for Deshaun Ruffin. The McDonald's All-American. Kick to Matthews. No. Shakir O'Neal goes up for the rebound. Matthews.
Buckets.
Oh, my. Gliding in. He's fouled and scores.
Second chance opportunity by Shakir O'Neal off of the Washington miss. Oh, and then a great find. Seeing a cutting player, Matthews, to the hoop. Matthews actually took the 3 as well, but Matthews following his own shot. Great vision. Gets a little floater. He'll have a chance for a conventional 3-point play.
Matthews, a rare miss from the line. He shoots them at 81%. Back to a 6-point game. Deshaun Ruffin changing that, and he eyes the head coach of Florida A&M. It's getting spicy here in College Park.
That's a shot. Oh, there it is.
Moving screen on Eatman.
And Jamie Mitchell Jr. took the worst of that one. Deshaun Ruffin, he's doing it.
Just
doing it and doing it well.
He just walked into a three like it was nothing. I mean, this is not a set play. This is Ruffin saying, hey, I'll take it from here, guys.
That's
knocked down from three. They needed that shot, too, because the Rattlers are coming.
We'll go to our under 12 timeouts. Jackson State holding on to this 9-point lead in the Starry SWAC basketball tournament presented by Buick.
Hey, we got a ball game, folks.
You see that? What? Craftsman style 3.
We got a ball game. Hey, Jackson State, they weathering the storm. Hey, and FAMU, I said at halftime, they ain't gonna lay down. They coming back. But now it's who wants it more. That's all it comes down to. You only got about 2 more official timeouts, and then you see it's getting chippy, moving screens, talking to the opposite head coach. Hey, that's what it's all about. It's win or go home. Ain't no survive and move on. No. It's either you win or you go home. That's what this is all about. And we need to see great competition like that. I'm glad all y'all are here. And FAMU fans that's starting to talk, just make sure y'all hit that like button. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Let's get it on. Let's have a good, clean basketball game. This game is going down to the wire. And I like it. We need more of this. We need more people at the game. So let's do this thing. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Michael say I'm calling the fire department. They say fired up. J State fired up. I hear y'all. Was that J-Man Hope say Rattlers are making an orange and green comeback. What unholy person choose a snake as a mascot? Hey, them folks in Florida look like snakes, you ask me. I know I done seen one. No, we need to call the police for that cheap-ass dragon tail mascot. Dragon tails? Man, God, man. Taking me back to my childhood. Man, y'all here, boy, in them comments, baby. And keep that same energy, Rattlers fan. Dragon tails. I'll tell you, I ain't seen that cartoon in a long time.
Welcome back to Champ Week in College Park, Georgia. We're at the Starry SWAC basketball tournament presented by Buick. Florida A&M is down to Jackson State. The Tigers received a barrage of buckets from Florida A&M early in this half. Rattlers got the lead down to as low as 6 from 16, but Jackson State has weathered the storm as of right now and has possession. An opportunity to push the lead back to double figures.
And both teams are shooting well here in the second half. Jackson State is 6 for 10 from the field. And not to be outdone, that's 60%, 53% for FAMU, but they got themselves to the free throw line as well. But they're only 2 for 7 in those free throw attempts.
Out of the timeouts, Jackson State was trying to go down low to Shannon Grant, who has a double-double today, 14 points, 13 rebounds. The leading scorer for Jackson State is Deshaun Ruffin with 18.
And this Jackson State team has 5 players who average double figures.
Ruffin loses possession, a chance to run for Florida A&M. Matthews driving on McMillan.
Nice.
And he's at the rim, and too much English on the finger roll. Was so high up, he could have dunked it.
He should have.
And now the height advantage for Manziel.
Working.
Chapman.
Working.
He's a good passer, though.
And Ruffin off the pump decides to drive, and he's fouled.
Good move. Good move.
At 5'9", Deshaun Ruffin got up, and he was fouled at the summit by Jordan Chapman.
He's a creative player. This is a great shot fake here. Sell out, close out, allows the dribble penetration. The rotation comes. And Chapman, if he had just kept his hand straight up, he would have been good, but he put him 45-degree angle. And a savvy player like Ruffin allows him to foul him.
Ruffin 3 of 4 from the line after that make, working on a 20-point evening.
Knowing how competitive this young man is, getting shut out of postseason accolades. Remember, he's the first McDonald All-American to ever play in the SWAC. He had a great year, 15 points a game, but did not receive anything. So, you know, he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. It certainly showed at the beginning of this game, and it continues.
Roderick Coffey left open, and that shot spits out. Jordan Chapman cleans up the loose change.
That's the 6th offensive rebound, 5 of them this half, though.
13 for Chapman. Ruffin, a dime, and Grant is fouled. A beautiful pass by Deshaun Ruffin, finding Shannon.
All right, big twinkle toes, make these free throws.
Dribble penetration is detrimental to your defense because people have to come over and help.
My goodness.
And when they do, you leave guys lurking around in that dunker position. That time it was Grant, recipient of a pass, couldn't get it up on the glass, but he'll have 2 free ones.
Foul goes on J.D. Eatman, his 4th.
Yeah. Just 1 point for Eatman as well.
And Grant makes the first free throw. On the season, Shannon Grant has had big games, as you'd expect from the preseason first team All-SWAC accolade holder and second team All-SWAC in the postseason. 25 at Alcorn, 24 versus Mississippi Valley State last time out.
Grant started off his career at Mercer. I called quite a few of his games in the early part of his career. It's good to see him develop into a really good SWAC player.
16 points, 14 rebounds for Shannon Grant, and the lead now stuck on 9. Florida A&M got it down to 6, but haven't been able to break that ceiling. Chapman off the pump, slices into the lane, and he's fouled.
How?
And that foul goes on Dorian McMillan.
That's too many on Dorian.
When you have rim protection, why are you reaching? Shannon Grant sealed off this drive. Watch the big fella number 7.
Oh, there it is.
And look at that wall he built. There's nowhere to go. Why would you bail him out by reaching in?
I seen that one. Okay.
So McMillan picks up his 4th personal foul, and Jordan Chapman knocks.
See, I told you that's too many on Dorian, man. Man, you got to sit, man.
From the line.
That reach reminded me of a defensive back who loses track of the ball, doesn't realize that his safety is giving him help over the top, and he grabs the guy because he doesn't want to give up a touchdown. But it's no need to do that. You have that help.
Deshaun Ruffin needing to be worked on the sideline. So blood on the hand, have to get that wiped off before he can continue. He's now ready to go. And after this quick mini timeout for both teams, a chance to regroup for both Florida A&M and Jackson State. Chapman goes 2 for 2 from the line. 15 points on the day for Jordan Chapman. Kavion Hunt is back in the game, was down at the end of the half. Romel Manziel out to Jamie Mitchell.
That's where you break that press. Good job that time. That's how you break a press.
Hunt around Washington. And
good move.
Foul on the brush by Jordan Chapman. So Hunt will go to the line.
That dribble penetration, once again, it hurts your defense. Nice spin move. And wow, not a lot of contact there. Nonetheless, Chapman tagged with his 4th personal foul. Now they have 2 players, Eatman and Chapman, both with 4.
Hunt makes the first free throw, his 3rd year at Jackson State, and his impact has steadily grown, whether it's been minutes, points per game, rebounds per game, all have gone up over his time there. And he was a high school teammate of Deshaun Ruffin at Callaway High School. They both won the state championship back in 2020. So doing it for the city.
Diminutive guards, but boy, are they big on the floor.
Hunt goes 2 for 2. And the lead back up to 11.
Give Jackson State credit because Florida A&M had so much momentum, but they've been able to stave off this comeback for the most part. Let's see if the Rattlers have yet another run in them.
Matthews, no good from distance. And a big possession right now as we've gone past the halfway point of this second half. Winner is going to the semifinals on Friday.
Hey, he asked for a white ball again.
Second time to date where Kavion Hunt has asked to have the ball wiped down.
Kavion Hunt is picky.
Ruffin right to the rim. And Deshaun Ruffin having another one of those games. Now has 22.
Wow.
Credit Mo Williams, though, to call that Princeton principal backdoor play isolation.
Coffee starting to come up short from long range. Now 4 of 8 after hitting 4 early throughout the contest. And the danger zone is now where Florida A&M finds itself. Hunt
stepped on a lot of bounds. I seen it. I seen that from here.
And that ball looked like it hit the official's part of the ball. Let's see if we can see this. So Hunt gets the pass back from the corner. And then this ball, the official was in the way. And now he grabs it and he stepped out of bounds. And wow, that's really tough to see from this angle.
I seen it. Yeah, he stepped out.
But that was kind of a weird play.
Yeah.
Shannon Grant is going to get a quick blow with the under 8 timeout upcoming. Tamarion Hoover comes on, and the Jackson State fans show some love to Grant, who's had a phenomenal game with 16 points and 16 rebounds.
Wow. Monster.
Romel Manziel holding on to Yamin Charles. That's a foul, and now Yamin Charles will shoot.
And now they trying to slow the game down for real. Come on, refs. Come on, man.
On Romel Manziel.
And you don't need Shaggy to get.
Those have not been kind to Florida A&M. Here's a 1-and-1 opportunity.
And Charles, who shoots 62% from the line, misses the front end.
Empty possession.
That boy couldn't shoot in the ocean. Goodness gracious.
Ruffin isolated with Matthews. Goes to Manziel. Double comes. Manziel to Hoover. Roderick Coffey gives to Matthews. Back to Coffey. 3 doesn't come. Coffey working on the smaller Ruffin, and he scores. He continues his career day, does Coffey, now 27.
Not much Ruffin could do there, giving up several inches to Coffey. Ruffin at just 5'9". 5'11", I should say.
That man ain't no 5'11".
Under 8 to play. Manziel, Ruffin off the pump.
Hey, he got a pretty shot, man.
Deshaun Ruffin.
He got a pretty shot.
That kid is locked in.
That's a pretty shot, man.
Coffey Kicks to Matthews. Right back at the Tigers. And a necessary hit for Milton Matthews.
Very efficient game in the second half by both these teams. A lot of big-time shot making here in Atlanta.
Ruffin, the heat check. And now Caleb Washington into Coffee.
Nice
Gets to the rim, and he finishes.
Great in and out. Took himself out of the play, but Jackson State's in no hurry, so Coffee can recover.
29 for Roderick Coffee as he huffs and puffs, trying to blow the house down of Jackson State.
Come on, Shaggy, you got to do something.
Charles on him.
You got to do
State's
something.
house is made of bricks, though. Not those kind of bricks.
Hoover, the air ball. A chance to run again for Florida A&M.
This ain't good.
Washington is fouled.
You know they're going to call a foul. You know that. You can't go down nowhere in that paint.
So that foul goes on Jamie Mitchell Jr.
That's
and a chance to cut this to 8 or 7 when we return.
Told you, fan like to run.
Roderick Coffee is invincible right now as he goes tumbling into the cheerleaders. He has 29 to lead all scorers. We'll be back for the final 6:01.
Y'all stay with me. We only got 6 minutes left. Well, that's probably about another 20 minutes. How them referees blowing that whistle, man. But hey, like I say, this ain't gonna be easy. It's tournament time. We're gonna go home. But FAMU is every time they get close, 6 or 7 points, Jackson State will bump it back up to 10 or 11. So, like I said, Jackson State needed that big lead in the first half, and it's helping them out. So now FAMU, if they get to running like this, it's gonna be something to see. But hey, Coffee from FAMU, 30 points. He ain't playing the radio, but that Ruffin, that joker know he can shoot that ball, man. And that's a good thing, man. So we might have like the rest of these SWAC games that's been close, come down to 1 or 2 possessions with a couple of minutes left. But I'm glad to see FAMU fans up in here because I couldn't find one of y'all in the first half, but y'all came in the second half, and there's 122 folks up in here. So make sure y'all hit that like button. It's a Wednesday night, not a Saturday night. But Saturday, I will be live streaming the championship game. Not going to bingo this weekend. Hurts my heart. But I had to ball me up some crawfish and go get me a couple of cases of Old English 800. We're going to roll with it. And let's get this game back on, man.
And Venus gets it. So when I shave, it's the new Venus Moisture Glide. It's got 5 blades and bars with a touch of argan oil that lock in moisture. Feel the power of smooth. My skin, my way. Venus.
Being a woman, it's a lot. And we wouldn't trade it for anything. You deserve real support. So we made science-backed solutions you can trust. Supporting you through every age, life stage, or magnificent mood change.
The Sonic Boom of the South hoping that Jackson State is going to stay in Atlanta for a little bit longer, but Florida A&M is trying to make a comeback, and Simone Stanley has sworn how the Rattlers are getting it done.
Yeah, Coach Prairie was very calm in that huddle. I know he's looking very fired up on the sidelines, but he was able to calm down and drop the plays he wants. He told the guys, we have to be physical. He said it's 6 minutes left. If we make these free throws and get a stop, then it's a 7-point game. He specifically told Washington that he has to look out and make some clean passes down the stretch.
Caleb Washington was huge earlier in the season when Florida A&M defeated Jackson State without their leading scorer, Sterling Young. He had 16 points in that contest. Right now has just 1 point on the day, but can change that.
I'm really impressed with how well both teams have handled the ball. Just 3 turnovers all evening for FAMU, a team that averages 14 turnovers a game. And Jackson State with just 8 turnovers on the evening.
Caleb Washington hits the first, Washington, of course, from Mableton, Georgia, not too far from here in Atlanta. Won a state championship at Wheeler High School and knocks down both of those free throws. It's just a 7-point game with under 6 minutes to play.
One last run the Rattlers will have to try to make, and it's right here, right now.
Air ball for Jamie Mitchell Jr.
Boy, that was horrible.
Chance to cut the lead under 2 possessions.
That was horrible, man. That was a horrible shot.
Jackson State with 2 players with foul trouble. Mitchell, who just shot that air ball, has 4. And McMillan, the freshman, number 1 with 4 fouls.
Roderick Coffey holds with 29 on the day. Coffey working on the smaller Hunt, gives to Eatman, and that's a steal by Deshaun Ruffin. Ruffin gives to Manziel.
And 1.
And he finishes plus the foul.
Well, we talked about the Rattlers getting out in transition. That time, Deshaun Ruffin pushing. Way have been fouled there. Chapman trying not to pick up his 5th. But nonetheless, a great delivery right there by Ruffin, who has been terrific this evening.
And Washington, who was past the play, just put his hand in there.
Yep.
And Manziel was able to take advantage.
That was the 6th assist on the evening by Ruffin.
To go along with 25 points and 4 rebounds. Welcome to the SWAC tournament, Mr. Ruffin.
This has been Deshaun Ruffin and the Temptations.
Milton Matthews goes right at Grant, who stays vertical.
Look at Twinkle Toes. See how he running? That's why I call him Twinkle Toes. He be running on toes.
Florida A&M down by 10. Hunt gives to Grant, working on his former teammate.
Whoa.
And he slips and falls. A wet spot on the floor. Coffey to Matthews. Chapman left open.
Need it. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Woo-hoo.
18 points for Jordan Chapman. Coach Crary calls the timeout.
Man, still so much time left, too. Several times we felt like, at least in my own estimation, Jackson State had this one in the bag. But every time you start feeling that way, back come the Rattlers. This is a big shot wide open. No transition opportunity there because of the turnover. It's harder to get matched up. And Chapman was able to eye that one up for his 18th point of the evening.
Ties the season high. We'll take a break. Be back for 4:34.
You have a choice.
Well, I tell you what.
Choose.
Like I said, every time every time FAM gets in 7-8 points, Jackson State gets it back up to 10. They go back down to 7. So hey, they got to get it down to about 5 or 4. Because Jackson State ain't giving up, man, and that's a lot of weight when nobody failed. You can tell it was a slip. Hey, I don't know what. They probably ain't even got no damn little ball boys to go out there and clean the floor up and nothing like that. Come on, SWAC officials. Let's get it together, man, before somebody get hurt. Because if I'd have failed like that, I'm not getting up. I'm telling you, I'm waiting on the ambulance to come pick me up. That was a hard fall, man. But I'm glad he up and he moving. Wasn't going to be me. Let me fall like that. I'm just going to pull out my cell phone out my pocket and call 911. Telling you, come get me. And somebody, you know how much money you get for a slip and fall? Man, please. I'm getting paid off that. But hey, y'all don't go away just yet. Don't go to sleep on me. I know if you're on the East Coast, it's 10:20. Even Central Time, it's 9:20. We got a little bit of basketball left. And y'all got to get up and work in the morning. God bless y'all. Because when I got to work in the morning, I go to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Oh, there go that thing again.
Finals is on the line here
Listen
this
out there.
evening. Jackson State and Florida A&M have been dueling all game.
That's
Florida
right.
A&M has
1-800,
down
I got
this
hurt.
entire
I wouldn't
contest.
have
Jackson
got
State has led
up.
by as many
I'd have
as
been still on
16.
that floor.
And the winner of tonight's matchup will earn a spot in the semifinals on Friday in the Starry SWAC Basketball Tournament presented by Buick. And Tim, Jackson State, every single run that Florida A&M has had, they've had an answer. And who are you going to right now in this very key situation?
Number 24, Ruffin, has gotten it going in the second half, the little guard. But you still have to try to throw that thing into the paint. That's how you play if you're Mo Williams' team. Inside-out approach, they've done it all year long. I expect no different here.
Ruffin stops on a dime. His fading shot is grabbed down by Manziel. Man. He was trying to put J.D. Eatman in the rim.
Disrespectful.
A foul goes on Eatman. He fouls out, and Manziel will go to the line.
Great job of getting good position here. Manziel going high for the rebound, and then he tried to stick it in on everybody.
And although Shaq isn't going to be rooting for Jackson State, he'll be pleased with what he just saw for Manziel. Shaquille O'Neal did that a couple of times back in his day.
Shaq would have pulled that whole goal down. When he put all his weight on it like that, that thing would have collapsed. We've seen him do it.
So Manziel at the line where he shoots 61%. It's 3 for 5 on the evening.
Very unique way of free throws. It looks like he doesn't dribble. He just caught that ball from the referees and shot it. See if he takes any this time. Nope. Look at that. No dribbles.
1 for 2 on this trip, 12 on the day for Manziel. The lead is 8 for Jackson State as we go under 4 minutes to play in this quarterfinal. Now Matthews has to operate with 10 on the shot clock. Gives off to Shakir O'Neal. The three, long. Charles can't pick it up. Now Dorian McMillan the other way. Slam session for the freshman of the year.
Shakir O'Neal got caught in no man's land because it was his responsibility to get back, but he went for the rebound. And when he didn't come up with it, that was an easy run out. The easiest shot of the night for Jackson State.
Now Coffee finding the contact.
I told you.
And that's a
They're
block.
going to blow that whistle, boy.
That's what you need to do. If you're FAMU,
they just want to
try
blow
to get
that whistle.
to the rim, and if you can't, get fouled, stop that clock, and then knock this down. You see number 8, Shakir O'Neal. He saw that McMillan was behind him, and he was going to try to catch up, but then he made the mistake of going for the rebound, which he did not get. And once Ruffin came up with it, that was an easy pass over O'Neal's head.
So as we go to under 4 minutes to play, we'll take a break. Our final media timeout, get some popcorn, get some water, and stick with us. This one should be fun down the stretch.
And we are all clear. Whoa, you see that? What? Craftsman style 3.
Now, I don't know how many timeouts each team has left, but that's the last media timeout. But how them referees are blowing this whistle, man. You calling this game too close, man. But, man, it's the SWAC. The officials kind of be on another level sometimes. You got to forgive the SWAC officials because they will give you one. It may not be the right one, but they'll give you one. But that's all good, though. But I'm glad this has turned out to be a great game. We need more of them like this. So, and also, they already came out. The Celebration Bowl is either December the 13th or December the 15th. But the Celebration Bowl has already been set for Atlanta again. And if you haven't heard, Alabama A&M and Alabama State has actually signed a new sponsorship deal with Amazon. $1.5 million for the winner. And then one school get $500,000, the other school get $300,000 for the when they're not hosted. I still think it should be more, but good for them. And a few other things, man. The softball team and baseball teams are still kicking. track is coming up. All the spring games. We got about a good month to all of spring games. All the spring games around April 15th, 16th, 17th. So football is coming back. The West ain't coming back. They're already there. Also, it is spring break. And if your ass my age and you talk about you going to spring break, you need to sit your behind down somewhere. You don't need to be going to no Black Beach down there in Mississippi, no Las Vegas, no Miami, none of that. Your old ass need to sit at home like I'm doing. Sit on your back porch. Watch the trees, rake some leaves or something. Spring break.
Somebody's season. One of these teams will move on to the semifinals on Friday in this Starry SWAC basketball tournament presented by Buick. The other season comes to a close. And Jackson State currently in front by 10 on top of Florida A&M. The number 2 overall seed trying not to meet the same fate that the number 1 overall seed Southern met earlier today at the hands of Grambling State. Roger Coffey, who's at the line right now, has done everything possible to keep his team season alive, a career high 29 already. First 30-point game of Roderick Coffey's career.
None of that.
Earlier
you don't need to go down there either.
Came in
sit at
early
home.
And before practice, working on his free throws, working on his three-point shot. He puts the work in. There's a reason why he's been so successful to date. Just missed his first free throw, 4 of 5 on the day. 9-point lead for Jackson State with 3:10 to play in the second half.
Sterling Young, player of the year, out of the lineup. Somebody had to step up. Coffey averages 5 points a game, but he is playing above his pay grade this evening.
Grant looking for an option. It's Hunt. He throws up a floater.
Oh, man.
And it falls.
They needed that to give themselves some breathing room, and now the Rattlers will kind of have to push the pace a little bit as the clock starting to become a factor.
5th player in double figures on the day for Jackson State. Milton Matthews, quick trigger. Yes, sir.
Woo! They needed
That's
that.
a shot, man.
Milton Matthews, leading scorer in the program with Sterling Young out right now. And Matthews has been sort of quiet this evening, but that's a big, timely bucket.
A quiet 18 points for Matthews. And this is designed out of the timeout to find your best shooter.
And he delivers. He's been overshadowed by his teammate, Coffey, with 30 on 11 of 19 from the field.
Hunt at the line. Shooting 1 and 1. And misses.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Still open.
Roderick Coffey on the hop. Step in 3.
Oh,
it
man.
rolls off. Charles down low. Misses the first putback.
Give me that.
The second one is swatted off the glass. But a foul on Shannon Grant.
And look at Mo Williams. He's got the same pose that Mansell has. Who is the foul on? The whole coaching staff. What's the call? And I'm wondering if they're going to look to see if it was goaltending. Yes, that is exactly right. The officials came over and said they're looking to see if this was goaltending. And keep in mind, you can't touch the net or the rim or the backboard when the shot is in the air.
So Charles.
No!
And you can't touch the ball once it hits the backboard. And I think that's the right call. It looked like he got that up on the glass, and then Shannon almost simultaneously, but just a little bit late. He hits that ball.
This some wacky-ass refereeing, man. Look.
That's an official. It's a difficult call in the pace of play. And like you said, it's probably going to be the correct call.
It's amazing how often they get those minuscule calls so accurately in real time. We have the benefit of 10 angles, super slow motion, zoom in, and if we get it wrong, nobody's going to kill us. But, wow, this is the right call, I think.
No!
And sometimes on some angles I feel like Grant pushed it into the backboard, but it's very, very close.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing, man.
Byron Evans, the crew chief, along with Thomas North.
When they holding up like that, they don't know what they're doing.
In this important call, because a goaltending means that this becomes a 2-possession game with 2:23
See,
remaining.
he's shaking his head. He don't know what he's doing.
And if it's decided that it's not goaltending, I believe you go to the possession arrow.
I told y'all they had no idea what they was doing. Look at him.
So Thomas Northcutt is going to come over and let us know what to expect. So, Tim, you're right on it because there's no goaltending, a clean block from Shannon Grant on the alternating arrow. It's pointed towards Jackson State.
And that's unfortunate for FAMU because they had a point-blank shot. Give Grant credit, though, for patrolling that paint, protecting the rim, the epitome of rim protection. It was not goaltending. He did push it into the glass. And that's a really tough call, but they did the right thing by stopping the game, I think, because if it is goaltending, you want to count it. Unfortunately, it wasn't, so now FAMU loses that second chance opportunity.
Ball comes into Deshaun Ruffin.
Nice pass.
Trying to break the press. Kavion Hunt is going to go in, and he scores.
And if you're going to take that to the rim, you better put it in because that's a quick shot.
Matthews, no good from distance. And time starting to become an issue for Florida A&M. Shannon Grant is fouled trying to flush.
Big twinkle toes.
Ground control almost told him to come down a little too soon. Great pass,
baby.
And not a lot of contact. And the big fella,
that's a lot of beat boy.
Having trouble getting elevated, but nonetheless,
watch this.
The big fella goes to the line for a couple. Almost got hung on that one, huh?
So Grant,
man,
at the line. And the free throw is
Rigatone almost broke the whole goal down.
16 rebounds, 17 points now with a chance for his 18th. And we criticize him. He's 4 for 4 for the free throw line tonight.
Man, that joker jumped like he was sponsored by no Nike.
Still that one.
All right, 2 minutes.
Matthews from distance. This one spits out. And it's been that type of night from long range.
But see, they shoot themselves out of the game. You only down by 9.
He's missed a
that is
couple
3
of
3-pointers in a row that they
down
missed.
The stretch.
You can't do that.
Take right on
time,
target,
man.
too. They just haven't gone for him.
He's the leading three-point shooter in the SWAC. His 4 threes today gives him 100 on the season. But right now, this one is slipping away from FAMU.
Come on, little Pascagoula.
Valiant effort, though, given that they were down by 16 points in this one.
Dorian McMillan.
There you go.
The first free throw on this trip. McMillan now with 12 points. And Shannon Grant egging on the crowd that has come
the big ballerina
and supporting Jackson State.
Jackson State has led this game from the very beginning.
Come get him. Come get him.
Highest remaining seed, Southern, bumped off by the 8th seed Grambling earlier today.
Matthews now to O'Neal. Almost throws it away. And Florida A&M searching for the 3 ball.
All right, little cheerleader, you better get out the way.
Committed a turnover.
So does Shaquille O'Neal come back tomorrow? I guess not, right? FAMU is not playing anymore at this rate. Good to have the Diesel in the building, though.
Matthews fading.
No
good. And with 1:24 remaining, Jackson State can cinch a spot in the semifinals. Kavion Hunt is fouled by Jordan Chapman, and Chapman's day is done.
Some outstanding performances, though, from both teams. 30-point effort for Coffee, Shannon Grant, 17 points, 16 rebounds. That's a monster game at any level. And Ruffin, number 24, the little guy, got it all started early, and he continued throughout the night. A 25-point performance, 8 of 11 shooting for him.
As Hunt knocks down this free throw, Jordan Chapman just had a long talk with that man, Patrick Creary. Chapman was integral in this first season for Coach Creary, coming from St. Thomas at the NAIA level. And they got to the SWAC tournament, got the first ever SWAC tournament win for Florida A&M since they've been a part of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. It's been a wonderful season for FAMU. They're going to come up a bit short against the number 2 overall seed, Jackson State. Roderick Coffey stripped for the moment, kicks to Caleb Washington, who decides to drive, but Deshaun Ruffin with the pilfer.
Now you want to go into 2-point lane.
Performance for the ages, 25 points, 6 rebounds,
Way to hang
7
on.
assists.
That's a good win for Jackson State. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
He has the ball in his hands right now.
Flirted with a triple-double.
Ruffin goes to the rim and a finishing touch. 27.
It's all over, but the slow singing and the flower bringing.
And Patrick Creary calls the timeouts, unhappy with how his team.
FAMU, this is what y'all singing. FAMU. It's the end of the road for y'all, fam. It's all good,
for
man.
them.
Jackson State has to enter the ball back in once again, but it's been a all-out effort from different players for Jackson State. You can go down the line. Everyone outside of Jamie Mitchell Jr. has scored in double figures on the day. Another foul and free throws upcoming for Jackson State.
Solid effort. Still plenty of work to be done. Jackson State has their eyes on the prize. Step 1 completed.
Free throw is good for Deshaun Ruffin. Ruffin now with 28 to lead the Tigers on the evening. Second free throw is good for Ruffin.
Everybody.
Deshaun Ruffin, who was a McDonald's All-American out of high school, went to Ole Miss. Things didn't work out, decided to come home and play for his hometown HBCU. The lone McDonald's All-American to sign in the SWAC. And he played phenomenally today. Well worthy of the applause he'll receive as he comes out. Gets a big dap from his head coach. For Jackson State, they lost to Florida A&M twice in the regular season. It's not a cliche when they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. And Jackson State makes good on their pledge to beat Florida A&M in this SWAC tournament.
A focused effort tonight by Mo Williams' group. They're going to be a tough out this week.
A wire-to-wire victory for Jackson State. The final 91-76 over Florida A&M, and the Tigers are on their way to the semifinals. Just saw a long conversation between Patrick Creary, the head coach of Florida A&M, and Mo Williams, the head man at Jackson State. A lot of respect between these two teams.
A lot of respect. Good game, man.
Barking at Patrick Creary in the game. It's a lot of trash talk, but also a lot of camaraderie and coffee. Getting a word from Mo Williams after his career day. 30 points for Roderick Coffee.
This is one of the more friendly exchanges I've seen at the end of a really, really tough battle. One of the teams had to lose.
Oh, shut y'all asses up. At this point. Y'all was going for goddamn FAMU the whole entire game.
FAMU that gets to go home early, but Jackson State has an opportunity. Their eye is on the prize. I think they got a good chance to get there.
Jackson State, plenty of potential players as standouts. Deshaun Ruffin with 29, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists to go along with those points.
29, 7, and 7.
17 and 16, and it looks like almost the entire team is standing by with Simone Stanley as after the win, everyone excited, and Stanley is ready to talk to Mo Williams.
Absolutely, it was a team effort, so it only right that we have the whole team here. But Deshaun, you had a heck of a performance tonight. You were hot all game, led the team with 29 points. What fueled such a great game for you?
My teammates, my coaches. I mean, they believe in me from day one. We got a saying, we living with 2-4, and to have that confidence in myself and them to have that confidence in me, I mean, I can't do nothing but excel, man. To think about my sins, I want to set them out right. So I'm just thankful for them and thankful for my teammates and my coaches.
Shannon, you showed so much emotion tonight. You were facing your former team. What did this win mean to you?
I mean, it means everything to me, man. This is my last year of college basketball, so I just want to go out with it the right way. And I got a saying, like, if you got to call yourself a dog, that means you ain't no dog. So we got a saying, it's 2 dogs, 1 bone. It may be 1 bone, it's 2 dogs, but only one person going to get that.
You were getting that down low tonight. You finished with a double-double, 16 points, 17 rebounds. What did you like about your matchup?
Man, it's just my teammates, man. I don't do no ball handling. They give me the ball. They make their own plays. I make my plays, man. I'm just grateful for this team, and that's it.
What's the mindset going into the semifinal game?
Man, 2 dogs, 1 bone. It's 1 bone, and it's 2 dogs. Only 1 dog gonna get it. Only 1 gonna get it. My baby gotta eat. For real.
Coach, this was a performance tonight where Jackson State had to weather a storm against a FAMU team that doesn't like to go away. What are you most impressed by the way the team closed it out?
Our resilience. This is a team throughout the season had our number. And the 4 losses, 2 of them was to them. But I thought the guys wanted it. Like I said, it's 2 dogs, 1 bone. And we knew when it really mattered the most, they thought it was sweet. And let them know, checkout time at 11.
Checkout time.
And double-figure scoring tonight. How is the team able to share the ball so effectively?
I mean, that's who we are. We're an unselfish team. We know who our guys are, and our teams are unselfish to get those guys shots. And the other guys feed off of them.
Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy your extended stay.
Thank you.
Checkout time is 11.
Wow.
Williams letting his opponents know how he feels about those early losses, and you knew it meant something because of how Jackson State came out from the jump. They lost to Florida A&M twice during the year, but there was a different energy from the Tigers from the beginning of this contest.
A motivated Jackson State team is a dangerous Jackson State team. again, we said it. They're going to be a tough out. They are focused. They certainly have the players to get it done. They have the coach to get it done. But, hey, the SWAC is no joke. Every round is going to be a tougher game. Their game on Friday in the semifinals is going to be a dogfight. But they talked about it. There's 2 dogs, 1 bone. They want that bone. They want that trophy. They want to go to the big dance.
With the sonic boom of soul, sonic boom of the South serenades Jackson State at the end of this contest. And the final is 91-76. Jackson State on top of Florida A&M with Tim Scarborough and my broadcast partner, Saul Stanley. My name is John Sattler, saying so long from College Park, Georgia. We'll see you tomorrow for our final round of quarterfinal matchups. Have a blessed evening.
Hey, thank all y'all for watching. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button on the way up out of here. Hey, and y'all join me again. I'll be live stream. I go live Friday again. So, hey, hit me up. Y'all want to watch the game? Just drop it in the comments. Y'all already know what time it is. All right, Larry. Yes, the women play tomorrow.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on the court from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on the rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville churches will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck on the rare earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a jump in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
All right, that's it for me tonight, man. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the stream, man. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to bed. I got to get up early in the morning. Hey, check with me tomorrow and Friday. Be live streaming games. Y'all have a good night.